Yo, AFC East Roundtable. We are live for Week 4's recap on the channel. We got all 8 of us in the house. This is going to be a show, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, baby. Now, listen, we have a Bills and a Dolphins game that was absolutely bananas that we're going to lead into and get into right out of the bat. We got the New England Patriots getting stampeded and Mac Jones getting benched. And we had the New York Jets on Sunday Night Football unable to pull off the upset.
They got hosed.
Freaking close. We're going to get into it. Everybody around the table, let's freaking get it. And guys, if you guys would do us a gigantic favor, simply hit that thumbs up button and let's get it going. And look how happy my man is. Woo, look at him. Look at that face.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh, TD Fins talk. I can't wait to hear what you have to say because you were talking a lot last week. Hey, man,
They just
everybody
don't learn,
hit that
Richie.
like button.
They just don't learn.
I know, man. 3-0 last year. I don't know. 3-1 last year.
Bro, the only person that's allowed to talk to me on this stream is Z-Bot and Dan. I don't know why y'all talking.
Oh, we're talking.
You can talk.
I don't know why y'all talking. Y'all ain't
I'm an honorary Bills Mafia representative. I can talk, bro. I'm like 10% Bills right over here, bro.
Put that
Hey, we already had super chats come in even before the show started. We even had Tony Dow, the one and only TD, say, Dan along with Tua's performance got me vaping. So TD, you're sending super chats to the stream yourself?
Oh my goodness!
It might need to be a full-blown SIG situation outside. You might have to just drop the vape
Is that really a vape or was that
ripping heaters.
in?
That's crazy.
TD, I didn't know you vaped.
Me
I thought that was
neither.
Dan's thing.
Now I know. Now I know how Mike McDaniel feels, man. It's a pin.
Oh, he's got it.
Run, TD. Dre's got your back. Run away. Run.
I don't
Angel, definition of insanity. Fins fans are finding out. Notice the store name is called Roundtable Sports. Are other roundtables in the future? AFC West. Angel, you're on to us.
That would be cool.
Wink, wink.
Yeah,
Hey.
I know it's better.
You might be on to us. Big things coming next year. Roundtable Sports 2024, baby. Stay tuned. Hey, TD, where's your Josh Allen trash shirt? Hey, we got new merch that we're about to launch. Don't you guys worry. Don't you guys
we
worry.
got
Look at that
some
profile
merch,
picture,
y'all.
Oh,
That's
my
crazy. That's crazy. Yo,
I'm
send
not
that
gonna
to me. DM me that photo. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
use
gonna lie.
it for.
I'm not gonna lie. I am dealing with a state of depression, but some of the stuff that I've seen like this has actually made me laugh. There's some good people got some good stuff out here, man.
No,
Man.
TD, yesterday my favorite, I had to tune into a little bit of your stream, and the best was when the guy sent you a super chat, and you're like, man, refund that guy that $5. And then you just sat there for like 2 full minutes, dead silence, and you came back around and you were like, all right, I'm sorry. It was the heat of the moment. Then you read the guy's super chat out loud. But you literally just, I'm like, man, I'm not reading that. Give that guy back his $5.
Why were you watching me, Z-Bot?
Oh, I was watching.
I had to
Y'all
get a
were.
little taste of that. I had to see where you were at. I just had to see if you were
And
holding up.
there's
And
a
I gotta
wellness
be
check.
honest, what you said really resonated with me, and I felt for you because I've been there before. You had said that it was a point in that stream where you had said that you knew this could happen, but you had said that you just felt like it was different. And I think for me personally, watching the Dolphins the first month here, it didn't feel like last year where they were kind of getting crowned into a class where I didn't know that they had proven that they deserved to be there yet. They deserve to get talked about the way they had been talked about going into yesterday. And that's why that resonated with me, because I think any Dolphins fan watching the first month would have thought going into yesterday that it would absolutely be different. And I don't know what we saw yesterday. I was not expecting that. It was wild.
Z-Bot, you're giving them too much credit. You're giving them too much credit. They know this was going to happen, bro. Stop
I'm
giving
just
them all this credit.
No, Tyson, I agree with you, but I'm saying compared to last year where it just felt like the Dolphins were getting better, but they weren't near the class in which they were being talked about. This first month, it just felt like things were clicking in a way that weren't last year, and it felt like they deserved to be allowed to be considered one of the better teams in the AFC. Even as the most hardened Bills fan, I could never have imagined going into yesterday, especially knowing that even the last time these Bills played these Dolphins with Skylar Thompson, that they got out barely by a field goal. I don't think any of the most optimistic Bills fans yesterday could have imagined that. And I hear what you're saying.
Well, do you know who was the optimistic Bills fan, Z-Bot?
I know there's one of them.
His name's Dan Mitchell, and Dan Mitchell deserves a lot of credit because what did he say all week long? That Tua is a system quarterback.
He talked his shit, man.
Dan Mitchell talked his crap.
Ever.
And we got new merch live courtesy of Dan Mitchell, everybody. Hit that link.
System quarterback is one of my personal favorites. And ladies and gentlemen, have no fear because we have several other options for you as well. Richie, would you also mind showing? That one's my personal favorite. I have one in the mail already. We have Josh Allen owns Vic Fangio in several different colors. All right. I mean, I tried telling these Dolphins fans over and over again, system quarterback, Tua, Josh Allen owns Vic Fangio, that you just recite the same movie in your head over and over and over and over again, but the same outcome occurs. And then perhaps my favorite shirt, this one was revenge. All right. Because for the longest time when I saw our top seller, Josh Allen was trash, we created this one. We have this version, the Tua is trash t-shirt. The Tua is trash t-shirt. Now, I do want to step on my soapbox here for a second. And I did warn each and every single one of you, all right, that I was going to be wearing this shirt. During my live game reaction. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a Nathan Peterman shirt. This Nathan Peterman shirt has been dawning on my body for the past 3 weeks, where the Buffalo Bills defense has been absolutely embarrassing offenses, including a generational offense. And don't worry, that shirt is going to be on me for every single week. I honestly don't think the Bills are going to lose another game this year. Dolphins fans, I think that now
Haven't we heard that before? Did we hear that last year?
Okay, listen. Next year, you will have your chance of facing off against Josh Allen again, because more than likely on Week 18, you will be going up against our backup since we have already secured the first seed, the AFC East Division at that point. You will have your shot. I've prepared a couple of words, and I've prepared a couple of feedback points from some of the coaches and the personnel on the Miami Dolphins. Let me pull this up real fast. Starting off with Vic Fangio. Bum. Starting off with Mike McDaniel. Fraud. Starting off with Tyreek Hill. Trash. Starting off and finishing with Tua Tagovailoa. Super duper trash. TD, I told you that bum was a fucking bum. He was a bum. I told you from the very beginning. That once we take away the middle of the field, once we get past that first read, your whole little razzle-dazzle offensive line, who's been doing great for Tua, fantastic. Listen, we took away that one read, and that the entire time. Let me tell you what, I have never pleasured myself to anything outside of a woman, but I was this close to doing it, watching Josh Allen carve up that fraudulent defense. And you know what? Everyone's just like, you know what, Dan, you're being a real villain right now, bro. How dare you do this? Because you want to know why? Every single one of you Dolphins fans, man, would have been doing the same thing to me. All right? And it doesn't even matter. Listen, I feel bad because I love Doug, right? Like, Doug is a very good friend of mine, and he doesn't deserve this. I'm disappointed that I don't see you stuffing down some of the hottest nuclear wings you've ever seen right now as you come in and you show your face. You show your face and you face that music that Josh Allen owns the Miami Dolphins. And as long as he is a Buffalo Bill, you're going to be seeing games like this. Fun fact, I saw something quite interesting. Out of every single Bills and Dolphins matchup in Josh Allen's career, he has been the lead passer and lead rusher. That's including in the 2 losses. What does that tell you? Tua is a system quarterback. Better luck next year. In fact, better luck when Josh Allen retires.
You know what I was stunned about the most? Is that just pour it on. The 2 arguments yesterday are valid in the fact that after the first read, he was done. If he couldn't get the ball out to the initial read, he had nothing. He was either completely panicked, got hit, or made the wrong play. Mm-hmm. And that has not happened through the first month for Tua. It has not been it has been a very favorable offense for Tua to operate within. The Bills, they're not making it favorable for anybody through the first month, but we had thought maybe as Bills fans, is that just because it was Howell, Garoppolo, and then Zack Wilson for 3/4 of a game there? We didn't know. What I thought was most interesting yesterday is I had a lot more faith going into half, at least, especially the way that game opened, that Mike McDaniel was going to go into that locker room and get it figured out to some degree and come out in the second half and put up some sort of fight. And they just laid there dead, and that's what stunned me. I thought, based on what Mike McDaniel's put out on the field through the first month, the creativity, the movement, everybody's calling him a genius. I was starting to buy into that to some degree because you're winning by 50, you're putting up 70. There's got to be something behind that offensively that no one else is doing. And he got in a chess match of defense versus offense as far as coaching is concerned. McDermott had him in checkmate after 10 minutes of football, and McDaniel sat there like he'd never played the game before. And that's what stunned me. And I think you realized yesterday that with Tua, the unfortunate reality for Miami fans is that if Tua's put in a situation that's not completely comfortable for him, it does not look like he has the capability of succeeding. And they went away from the running game, which seemed to be working at several points. They completely abandoned it, put the game in Tua's hands. It was not nearly the environment that he had been accustomed to through the first month. And when you took away his first read, like I said, it was just a real tough day in the backfield for him to operate within when he's getting under pressure and hasn't seen pressure at all through the first month. There was nothing that seemed to be drawn up to try and alleviate what Tua was going through that he hadn't seen through the first month of football. So I was just stunned at the lack of adjustments. And overall, I just think if you look at what Miami was yesterday, you got to be concerned about them going forward, facing teams that are going to have them in close games or in games where they're trailing, having to come back. It just seemed like they were put in a pretzel and they couldn't unwind as the game went on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, from a Jets fan perspective, watching that game, it was, first of all, I thought it was going to be like a 45-43 type of game after that first quarter, blow after blow after blow. But you know what happened? In my opinion, defense prevailed. Yeah. Right? Going into that game, we knew that we were going to see a nuclear offense, one of the most hottest offenses in the NFL, coming off a 70-point outing against the Broncos a week prior. Also, we have a red-hot defense coming off dominating the Washington Commanders, who, by the way, went toe-to-toe with the Eagles. And both offenses were also humming. And I think in that game, what it proved to me, the Bills, they got an offense, but they also have a defense. The Dolphins, they got an offense, but I don't know if they got the same defense. And that's kind of the biggest takeaway that I took away from that game individually. Ryan, what was your biggest thoughts of that Bills-Dolphins game?
It made me feel a little bit better about the Dolphins. I'm not going to lie. They seemed insurmountable coming off week 3, the offensive performance that they put on. But it makes me feel that much more confident going into week, what are we going into? Week 5 now, where the Jets are going into Denver. I'm like, the Dolphins did it. The Jets could definitely do it with Zack Wilson. Tua is trash.
If Zack Wilson of last night shows up, he could actually carve the shit out of Denver.
Oh, we're all going undefeated, baby. Zack Wilson shows up. Hey, first of all, Miami, first of all, I picked your asses. What was that? I picked the Dolphins to win.
That's why we lost.
Oh, yeah.
Because you also don't learn your lesson.
Hey, Rich.
Don't learn your lesson.
Hey, Rich, I completely forgot to roast you for that, man.
Yeah, I deserve to be roasted. I deserve it.
Everyone
Roast
on
me.
the damn show was picking the Dolphins.
Hey, I got caught in the 70-point honeymoon, I guess.
Well, you know what? See, you know what's funny? And this is what I want to ask you, Dan, because we haven't talked about this yet, you and I. And this is what interests me the most. You and I, we didn't really buy all into that 70-point game being brought into this game. You and I had talked earlier in the week. We both thought this would be low scoring. And you knew right out of the gate. Like, I even tweeted out, I had said, I genuinely thought this was going to be a lower scoring game. It's obviously going to be attracting. Everybody thought I was being sarcastic. I wasn't. I thought it seemed too easy to think that both these offenses were just going to walk in here again and do what they've been doing the last 3 weeks. The weirdest part is, at the beginning, they were. And the Bills continued to do it all game, and the Dolphins just died. I genuinely thought going into this game it was going to be a defensive struggle where both offenses were going to try to find a way to overcome the pressure. The Bills never seemed to have any at all, nor did the Dolphins, but all of a sudden it just came crashing on top of them.
Yeah. See, the thing is that after that second touchdown, and I started getting Dolphins fans in my live chat, just be like, oh, here we go, man. Here we come. I said, listen, I said, watch the Buffalo Bills defense do what they do best and adjust. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I think like the largest shock for me was that I was expecting a lot of shit to be taken underneath in the pass game. But like when you look at like Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis's numbers, like their average like reception was like for like 20 yards. Josh was like slowly but surely starting to stretch down that field. I think that one absolutely absurd play that with the Cater Kohu or whatever, just, man,
Oh my gosh, guys!
7 times.
I have an announcement.
Ooh.
So we just released a poll in the chat, and the Buffalo Bills representation is tied with the Dolphins. Oh, the Dolphins are up 2%. Okay, the Dolphins a little bit, but wow, it seems like the Dolphins fan base is not representing like they usually do, unless they come later on.
Because they're
I'm not sure.
frauds, Richie. They're frauds.
And,
Yeah.
that
And by the
segues
way-
into it.
Fair weather
Tyson, I want to
fan.
get your thoughts of this game because we need to hear from you.
I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for my annual roasting of TD. I just want to post one clip because that video will be dropping either tomorrow. Tonight, late tonight, because Rico sent me a couple clips that he wants in the video. So I just want everybody to this is just a little snippet. So give me a
using
second.
any of my content, I'm suing you.
I'll
Hey, it's our content now.
Yeah, it is our content. So let me see if I can actually add this. I'll show it later. So I'll show it later. So this is what I have to say. The Dolphins are 1-11 in their last 12 meetings against the Buffalo Bills. The fact that the Dolphins fans had the absolute audacity to think they own this division now, like you are the bridesmaids of this division. You're never going to be the bride. You're never going to get that ring, that wedding ring that you so hope for. And I understand the wedding ring that you had back in 1973 that your grandfather last gave your grandmother. That shit don't count no more, okay, bro? That shit's dead and buried into the grave. But the fact that Dolphins fans really, really were this confident going in here after last year when you started out 3-0, you started out last year 3-0, and then you came into this game confident, just like you were last season, is disgusting to me. It really is disgusting because, like I said, you're 1-11, and you've only beaten Josh Allen, I think, one time in his career. If Tua is the Patriots' daddy, then
You beat him twice, Ryan.
Josh Allen is officially your daddy. You will never host a playoff game in that Indian burial ground that you call a stadium ever, as long as Josh Allen is in his division. Deal with it. You can talk about Super Bowls and all this other stuff about how you're going to win a Super Bowl and win a playoff game for the first time in 23 years. It's never going to happen because you'll never ever, when you get into the playoffs, you'll never be that number one seed to get a bye. You'll always have to go on the road, and you're not winning. And Tua exposed himself again. The 2 games, look at his stats. The 2 games against the Patriots with the good defense and the Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And this is the disgusting part about it. When Mike McDaniel literally left Tua in the game, when the game was virtually over, to stat pad in garbage time, a measly 40 yards in that fourth quarter, bro. Number one, you're doing a disservice to Tua because what if he would have got hurt because he was still getting hit in that game, late in that game? You should have took Tua out. So what's really important? Is it winning, or is it for you Tua sexuals to get him the stats so you can get this stupid ass narrative out your fucking mouth about Tua's MVP? Tua is what Tua is. He is a spot thrower. Okay. He knows where the ball is going before he snaps the ball. He doesn't know how to survey a field. He doesn't know how to improvise. Without Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, he's already a system quarterback. Without Tyreek and Waddle, he ain't shit. And you saw that year 1. Tua is trash. He's a fraud. And I'm telling you right now, Dolphins fans, your season is officially over with. It's over. It's over. And one more thing before I this is the last thing I want to say. You can talk about Patriots and the Jets all you want, about how we'll never win again, right? Because that you might be 100% right? My team is trash. There's really nothing much I can say. But at the end of the day, I've seen when I die, if I go out and get hit by a truck tomorrow, the last memory I will have outside of my family and my friends is those 6 Super Bowls that I witnessed. if unfortunately you go out and you get hit by a truck, you will have no memories. You will have no memories of the Dolphins ever doing anything in your fanhood. You are a disgrace to this division. And what happened yesterday is an indictment, not just on your fan base, but on your organization. Because I'm going to say this until I'm dead. Chris Grier is a cancer. Chris Grier has been in your organization for 20-something years, whether he was a GM or in your front office, and you haven't won a single fucking playoff game since he's been a part of it. The irony of it is, when Chris Grier left the Patriots, the dynasty started. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, Dolphins fans? That Chris Grier, his luck is so bad that as soon as he left the Patriots, the dynasty started. And as soon as he went to yours after the Marino era, you haven't won shit. So who's really the issue here? And that's all I got to say. And by the way, the Dolphins Bills recap video of how I troll your peasant fan base is dropping. It's dropping either tonight or tomorrow when I have time.
Wow, Tyson, you let it rip as I expected you.
Damn.
Well, I cannot wait to hear from TD and Doug because they've been sitting back taking the pounding. I want to hear from Patriots Global and Colby and his thoughts of that division matchup. Colby, what'd you take away from the most of that game?
Dude, honestly, the Bills played exactly how the Patriots should have played a couple of weeks ago. And I believe I told Dan last week, if I remember correctly, I said the Bills and the Patriots, they're very similar. So I'm not going to go on a tangent repeating myself. If you guys want to go back and check that out, go back to last week's video for the AFC SmackDown on Mondays. But, I mean, Josh Allen, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, didn't turn the ball over. It was the recipe that the Patriots tried to go for, but didn't. 2 turnovers in the first half. That's ultimately what beat the Patriots early on. When they played them, Patriots also couldn't stop the run for the Miami Dolphins. They were able to kind of limit, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but the Patriots were not able to stop the run. The Bills defense was able to do both of those things. A-chain or whatever he wants to be called at this point, just put up a little over 100 yards, but still, they really didn't do a whole lot on the ground. Tyreek Hill, 58 yards, Waddle, 46 yards, Stephon Diggs going out for 120 yards. The Bills understood the assignment, and, at the end of the day, like everybody's saying, it's true. You can't be mad. If you're a Dolphins fan, you can't be mad at the literal facts that the Buffalo Bills own your franchise, right? It's just something you have to accept. It doesn't mean you're a bad team. It doesn't mean you're never going to win anything. You're a good team. You're still one of the best teams in the NFL. Okay, I still have you as a playoff team. You guys can still sleep at night, but it's kind of like the Patriots and the Jets. It doesn't matter how good your roster is. You can just expect to get spanked every single time you play them. So it's just one of those matchups where every single time you play the Bills, you just have to pin it in as an L. You have to accept it, and you just have to move on because that's just how life works. So at the end of the day, you got spanked, and that's okay, but it happens.
Woo. It's getting spicy over here. Well, now, 24 minutes in, I think it's time for Doug to get the floor. TD's been taking. I think TD deserves to get the last laugh. I don't know if he has anything to say, but I know Doug has something to say because Doug.
Oh, I've been writing stuff down.
I know you've been writing stuff down. So, Doug, the floor is yours. What did you see in that game? I know there's not a lot of positives to take away, but how do you expect this team to bounce back?
Hopefully, I'll start off by saying this. Hopefully, God willing, this man is not our center anymore. Do you see that?
Is that your backup?
That's our backup
Looks
center.
like a cheerleader doing a split.
Yeah. That's what Tua had blocking in front of him all game.
He's not even a center.
This.
Look at that
Do you
A-frame.
wonder why the offense started to falter? Maybe because of this. This right here. He's doing a split. He's doing it. I let you all talk. I let you all talk. Doing a split.
You know what, Doug? You deserve the floor.
And then Teron Armstead, he goes down. Fantastic. Not excuses. Got to produce. You dropped 70 on Denver. Denver's a hot garbage team. Bailey beat the Browns. This is the Buffalo Bills. I even talked about it. Don't look back. Don't look back at 7-20. Don't look back at it. But are we really going to sit here and forget how much that man, Liam Eichenberg, affected that game? Down 2 scores. Tua throws a touchdown, Jalen Waddle. We would have been down 1 score. An eligible receiver downfield. They call it now, though. But you remember against the Patriots, they gave him the 7 points on that touchdown when they had 4 ineligible receivers downfield. But we'll forget about that. We'll forget about that since that was such a close game, and that's what we want to talk about. Defense gave that.
We won't talk about free calls.
100% defense gave that game away. That's my personal opinion. I think they score that touchdown, and if Liam Eichenberg is in our center, I think it's a closer game. I do still think the Dolphins lose because the Dolphin defense, like I said, going into that game, they couldn't stop the Chargers. They had a hard time at some point before the Dolphins took off on the score, stopping Denver. And then once the Buffalo Bills started to take off and go up more points than they could, they had to completely change the offensive scheme. Not only were we getting pressure up the front, now we can't really do much because now we have to play catch up. Also, the system quarterback narrative, hilarious to me. It's absolutely hilarious to me. I wish I had a clip. I wish I had a clip when my man Dan was on my channel. I said to him, Dan, he threw 3 interceptions against the Jets. What changed? Why all of a sudden is Josh Allen doing good? And from Dan's own mouth, he said he bought into the system. Is Josh Allen a system quarterback? You gotta be kidding me.
Oh,
Wait
man.
a second. Does that mean that, when guys come out of college, you kind of put some weapons around them, and then you as a head coach, you build a system around them? Is that what you do for quarterbacks, or is it just a stigma for Tua Tagovailoa because, it's Tua Tagovailoa. You can't have weapons or a system. You got to play against everything to do anything good. Also, Tua under duress looks like hot garbage. If I remember correctly, he was throwing dots while he was getting blasted against the Chargers. Also, he is 34th ranked in the NFL when it comes to time to throw, not release, time to throw. Standing in the pocket has 34th ranked. So all of these narratives that are starting to pop up now because we got our butts whooped by the Bills, I just find hilarious. Literally sitting back listening to you guys, I thought it was funny. We lost. I gave you guys your congratulations. Bills won. There's no excuse for it. To win by how much you did, you guys took off. You took the lead. Dolphins couldn't catch up. Defense couldn't stop you. You won. But some of the things you're saying were a little wrong. So that's all I got to say.
Doug, I have one question for you, if you don't mind.
Shoot.
So your entire spiel, which I respected, you were talking about only one side of the football. You don't think you mentioned the defense once.
Oh, I did. I said defense was hot garbage, and that's why we couldn't stop them. That's why we lost.
So, but my question is,
yeah,
I mean, you talked about the offensive line issues and all the offensive stuff, but talk about that defense. You gave up 40+ on Josh Allen.
Dude,
what are your thoughts of how do they improve as the season goes on? What's your thoughts on Fangio?
Bradley Chubb, who was supposed to be this first round great, he can't do anything. Andrew Van Ginkel, I think he's a 3rd round pick, is more dynamic and more of a pass rush than Bradley Chubb. Jalen Phillips unfortunately banged up, so we didn't get to see what he could do. But the front, Christian Wilkins wants his money. I didn't see anything from him. The linebackers can't make tackles. That defense was falling apart. Some of it's blamed on Vic Fangio keeping Kader Kohu on Stephon Diggs, where he was getting torched and tormented all game. Defense was garbage. To me, the defense is why we lost that game. If the defense would have made more stops when they should have, would have been a different world.
Doug, I'm curious because you're cutting the offense a lot of slack here for a team that scored 6 points in the second half. I'm wondering where the excuses are when they come out of the gate clicking, and then all of a sudden they're on a milk carton for the entire rest of the game, and they have absolutely no answer. I mean, I see what you're saying, brother, but I mean, we lose 2 of our starters in that game too on defense, and
Josh Allen's a different style quarterback. Josh Allen can extend the play with his legs, get out of the pocket. Right. He can run for it.
That's what makes me wonder here because I'm not a huge Tua guy at all. I think the system QB narrative is one of those narratives that are used to try and make good performances by decent quarterbacks negated, and then they try to make really bad performances seem like they're obviously frequent. But I just wonder when you watch a game like yesterday and you have Tua and you have this offense built up, and clearly this offense when they're clicking is phenomenal. But when you watch Josh Allen on the other side of the ball just doing things that is just you got to watch that and feel like it's not possible for Tua to do that. Do you still sit there and feel comfortable going forward knowing, we've scored 70, we're running the score up on some other teams, but do you feel comfortable watching that other end? And do you feel like, I don't know if we're going to be able to make that jump in this division if we have that type of play for the foreseeable future here.
If I see what you're saying, because obviously Josh Allen's that type of quarterback that even if he had the garbage line in front of him, which he has, like the past last 2 years,
Yeah, it's been average.
and he's still productive. I see where you're coming from, but that's where you need to, as you know, a Miami Dolphin front office, understand that. Me and TD have been banging the table, being pissed that the fact that they know Tua is not that mobile quarterback. They know Tua is the pocket, decision-making, very accurate quarterback, yet they still half-ass that offensive line. Like, that's where I see where you're coming from. And I'm like, why don't the Dolphins think they have Josh Allen as their quarterback? You see what I'm saying? Like, they have two guys.
I think the fans think that too, and that's why I wanted to know what you thought about that.
Oh no, he's not mobile enough. I think when it comes to passing, I think he's great. I think he can be our franchise quarterback.
So who's the better quarterback, Josh Allen or Tua, Doug?
Josh Allen right now. Yeah, it's 100%.
That ain't what this stream is about.
And another one more thing, bro, is that I predicted this. I predicted this, bro. When Dolphins fans have to cape for Tua, bro, they go straight to the offensive line. It's the same crutch that other teams use when their quarterback sucks. It's ridiculous to me, bro. Y'all been screaming the offensive line since Tannehill. When are y'all ever going to get it right? Y'all brought in Teron Armstead, right? Y'all brought him in last season. Now he can't stay healthy. Now it's his fault again. The Connor Williams, the guard. At the end of the day, bro, when are y'all going to stop making excuses for the offensive line? Because if you look around the league right now, all the injuries that has happened, this is a part of the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
You got to learn to adapt to it. If Tua is this great savior of yours, then he has to learn how to deal with a shitty offensive line and improvise like Josh Allen does. But you know what? He's not that type of quarterback, is he, Doug? No. He sits in a pocket and spot throws.
No, he doesn't.
I think it's
if that's the case, why the offensive line shouldn't be an issue at all. The offensive line needs to stop being an excuse for y'all because y'all use it with Tannehill too. This falls on Chris Greer. And I told you this falls exactly on Chris Greer. Stop making excuses and go get an offensive lineman. You got one in Teron Armstead.
Yeah,
okay. But you knew his injury problems.
Yeah.
So there's no bitching and moaning, bro. Tua has to learn how you judge your quarterback. I'm gonna get to this when the Patriots game comes on because I'm gonna eviscerate Mac Jones. You don't judge your quarterback when everything around him is going perfect. You judge your quarterback when everything around him goes to shit and how he deals with it. Not everything around Tua is always going to be perfect, bro. You're always going to have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and this perfect offensive line built like the Cowboys of the 70s, bro. You got to learn how to adapt or die. And Tua can adapt. He can't adapt to a shitty offensive line.
Adapt or die. Someone make a shirt of that.
Though. When has Tua had a good offensive line?
You had a good. What happened the first 3 weeks, right? You guys were balling, putting 70 points. The offensive line wasn't no issue then, was it?
It was okay. I'm telling you, I'm just ready to.
But as soon as he has a bad game, and as soon as he doesn't have the game that you guys want Tua to have, it's the offensive line's fault. The first 3 weeks, there was no offensive line questions. We got one of the best offensive lines in football.
Am I the only one that's missing something here? Did I not hear Dolphins fans start to gloat that not only is Tua excellent, but the offensive line's like the best in the NFL in the first 3 weeks?
They said it last week.
It was ranked.
They said it last week.
What happened?
Dan, we do this too. Week 1, people wanted to blame the offensive line for Josh Allen throwing the ball in a double.
Well, the reason Josh Allen was up on week 1 is because of Robert Saleh. All right, we got to hear from TD Finstock, man. We got to hear from TD Finstock. All right, TD Finstock.
Richie, one more thing. Play the video of TD. That's TD Finstock.
See, I'm suing the round table. They bumping receivers again.
Wow. Look at that smile.
What play was that?
Tua interception to turn the ball over.
Micah. Yeah.
It looks like he was about to sing.
And that's why TD is Elvis. Elvis has left the building. That's all I needed to show.
All right, TD. We waited all this time. The floor is yours, TD. What did you see from that game?
I'm suing the round table.
You're suing yourself.
I'll take the L. Oh, listen, man. Listen. I'm just going to give my take on this game and be done with it because I'm not arguing about this game. It hurt me. It really did. I finally felt like I knew we were going to win. I knew we were going to win, and we didn't. I really started to believe, like, in so many different reasons, but it gave me clear conclusion on my team. Okay. We're going to be all right for the rest of the season, but there's some things that have to be fixed, and the outcome of the season is going to be determined how well McDaniel can fix those areas. So let me break down all the stuff y'all were talking about. We may agree or disagree with some of the things, but this is my honest take, honest moment, not being a homer or anything like that. Tua is a system quarterback, but every quarterback is. Every quarterback in the NFL is a system quarterback, okay? The issue that no one wants to talk about, especially in Miami, is the fact that he can only run the one system. A lot of other quarterbacks, they can adjust the system or put a whole new install mid-game in when things aren't going right in the current system. This NFL is a system, whether it's defensive, offensive, everybody's system. But can he do more than the current system that was built when you're forced to? And that may serve to be an issue. I'm one of those individuals that say this game is not on the defense. The defense had a major role in why we lost. But this game is on everything Miami Dolphins. I tried to educate Dan and everybody. This was going to be an over. There was no way I saw under. And I was even willing to say it was going to be over if one team was to score all the points, because I know what Buffalo is against us. When have we truly ever held Buffalo down, with the exception of last year when they played this methodical clock management game where they just kept on having these 10, 11, 12, 13 play drives? And the way our offense started this year and the way that Buffalo started to pick it up, I thought that would never be the case this year. Both teams were going to flex their muscle of what they were doing well this year, and they were going to pull out all the stops and try to put a full display of fireworks. And what happened in this game? First drive, fireworks Buffalo. Miami, first drive, fireworks Miami against a zone defense. Second drive, Buffalo, fireworks. Second drive, Miami, fireworks against a zone defense. And when I say zone, giving about 5 to 7 yard cushions on the outside. It was still cover 2, but letting guys run past the linebackers X, Y, and Z. As soon as that third drive came for Buffalo, they went and took care of their business. And now Miami had to answer again. That's when Sean McDermott said, heck no. Let's go ahead and switch this up. And that's the difference between McDermott and Mike McDaniel to me. And that is my issue with Mike McDaniel. The simple fact that I haven't truly seen him make major in-game adjustments to change things up so that you can continue to have success or start having success where you suffered. What did Buffalo change up? They start mixing it up. On early downs, like first down, they would play zone coverage, but they would move everybody up, and they would make a concerted effort to stop the run because they know Miami was going to establish the run. And what did they do? They gave us 1, 2, 3 yards max on first down. Now we got 2nd and 7. Now, mind you, as I go down this road and show you what happened, there are also some penalties start getting sprinkled in by these dumb offensive linemen. That's neither here nor there. Okay? But now you got 2nd and 7. So here we go on a second down, and they love running this one play where they like overloading the weak side, sending the linebacker on a blitz, they were requiring the left tackle to pick up the linebacker, sending a free rusher. Now, people say they went into a cover 2 shell, but they played man press coverage. And what people need to understand, when you're in a cover 2 shell, man press coverage, there ain't no such thing as a first read. It's never going to be open. Some people are saying, how do you know what the first read is if you don't know the play? Just play man coverage and press. If you man press, the first person you look at is going to have a defender right next to him. And no matter, you can look right, you can look left, and man press coverage, the first person you look at will have a defender right next to him because ain't nobody getting beat in half a second. You might start beating them after a second and a half, but the first read is always not going to be there in man press. So as soon as we hike the ball, wherever our quarterback looked first, and this ain't his fault. This is just the scheme of Buffalo. They came prepared. The first place he looked, as soon as those first two drives were over, it was barely ever open. That's why he would pat the ball or pump fake like, oh, it's not there. But by the time it's time to look at progression number 2 or 3, that free blitzer is coming. That free blitzer is coming. We're Tua's getting the ball out of his hand in 2.2 seconds in the first 3 games. Yesterday, 2.6. That 0.4 was an indication they took that first read away. In strategic plays, they didn't do it on every play after that, but they did it strategically on second and third downs. So with that being said, our offensive line, then they get exposed. We can't block to save our life. Even the first 3 weeks, we were losing our battle, but the ball was already gone. So when you man press and the first read's not there, our O-line does not give Tua time to even go to his second or third read. This is why I say they didn't take Tua away. They didn't take Tyreek away. They didn't take Waddle away. They took the system away. The only problem I have is I think this is the only system that can work with this personnel. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. So in the rare occasions where we did have time to go to the second and third read, they lucked out so many ways. They got a bat down at the line of scrimmage. Tua may have missed some. He may, got a little, I see what you mean when you say he got a little nervous and jittery. It didn't happen much, but I know a few plays where I know what you're saying, Z-Bot. And when he threw that interception, there were a lot of cases like that. The Tua that beats taking away the first read is the Tua that anticipates. He stopped anticipating at some point. And because he was more worried, because every time Buffalo just did a great job. Every time he went to his second read, a lot of times he saw another covered guy. And now it's not a matter of focusing on where's the third, where's the fourth. The line is breaking down. I got to survive. So Buffalo took away the scheme that Miami has run every week with every team, just different wrinkles. We run the same scheme. It's no rocket science. We just got different wrinkles in it. You know, we might send the wheel route, but this time it's a deep end. We might send the wheel route and send it up the field. We might send the end route and on a comeback. The guy in the slot may run a slant. He may hit the seam. He may hit flat. The guy going to the flat might be a double wheel route. It's just different. It's the same scheme, and we force linebackers to have to make a decision in zone, and we are deadly in zone. But in this case, Buffalo ran zone on first down. We tried to run the ball. They didn't give us much. We had all these third and shorts. The Miami Dolphins are deadly in third and short, not when you play man press coverage. Not when you do that. And Tua actually made some throws in man press coverage. That's the area where I believe he's actually improved a little, which I want to see, but he's still not quite fully there yet. But he's not put in the position often. You get 2, 3, maybe 4 at best games a year of teams doing this. That's why we just look so unstoppable in all of these zone teams. We look unstoppable. You play this kind of defense, it's a long day for the Miami Dolphins offense, because I don't care. The defense gave up all those points. I expected it, but I'm sorry. We had 9 possessions after we scored 14, and we only put 6 points up in 9 possessions. We had a total of 11 possessions, 9 possessions, 16 points. And of course, it doesn't help that Mostert caught the ball up twice. That doesn't help. I always build in a game giving Tua 1 interception. He gets 1 interception, I ain't even tripping. It's okay. But Mostert hurt us big time, and this O-line is just bad. They can't let our quarterback get past that first read. And the rare occasions that they do, we're like a 40% team once you allow them past that first read in man coverage. But that's how I look at it. We'll play the Giants next week. They'll give 10 yards cushion. We'll play zone. We'll put up 35, 42 points. Dolphin fans see it was just 1 week. We're all good. It's what we do. And then whenever we play one of those teams that run it like this, but that's why I want to play more teams like this, because I think eventually we'll figure it out and break through. But it's so in between. It doesn't happen often.
Last question for you. Who's the better quarterback, Josh Allen or Tua Tagovailoa?
Tua Tagovailoa this year is the best quarterback in the NFL, and that still stands. At the end of the day, Josh Allen, his game versus the Jets was 10 times worse than Tua game versus Buffalo. So I don't care how you want to look at it. Tua is still, in my opinion, the MVP frontrunner. Yesterday didn't help him out, but that wasn't solely on him. He had areas he can improve, but overall, he looked way better than Josh Allen did versus the Jets. So I'm sorry.
You're going to lose to a team that lost to Zack Wilson, bro.
Hey, get the hell out of here,
Dan. No. The worst part is losing to Zack Wilson. It's just losing to him.
Zack Wilson just outperformed Patty Mahomes. All right,
should have lost to Zack Wilson last night.
Enough with this. Lost to Zack Wilson. All right, Zack Wilson.
TD though, I gotta ask you this because this is the answer to that question. I think this is where I think you'll have a tough time not thinking this same thing. I think if the roles are reversed, all those situations you're talking about yesterday, where Tua's put in spots that he's not set up to succeed in. If Josh Allen was in that exact same spot yesterday, how much different is that game for the Dolphins towards the outcome? If Josh Allen is in the exact same spot that Tua is in yesterday at 1:00 in that exact same scenario.
If Josh Allen was in the same spot that Tua was in, the Dolphins would have lost 42-35. It would have been closer, but they still would have lost, because no quarterback's going to overcome an O-line that when that first read and stuff isn't there. So
you know what stood out to me the most?
So let me just say this, though, but that's why Josh Allen would have a better chance of winning maybe 1 or 2 games in a season in this situation more than Tua would, because some games he may will over the top if we're not playing a Buffalo Bills offense. A lesser of an offense, he may have been able to wield the victory, even with the defense playing like that. But it doesn't matter. The only thing matters is when you play the big dogs. Josh Allen wouldn't have even been able to win that game. He would have done better just because of his physical trait and his ability to run the ball and consume more pressure and get out of those situations and improvise. And truth be told, nobody's talking about this. Even though our defense sucked, they did cause Josh Allen to have to get out of some tough situations. But look at what he did in those moments. So Tua did make some play in those moments. Josh Allen just made bigger ones.
So TD, then with all those points you're saying, and I think that they're all very phenomenal points, where are the points to be made that Tua currently is better than Josh Allen?
Because again, it's a different situation. You're in a different scenario. Josh Allen ain't in this one. I'm talking about right now this year. And another thing, Josh Allen, when I said it would be 42-35, that's also because we would have played a fourth quarter, not this garbage time, okay? But you also have to understand, Josh Allen also is not going to be as deadly accurate in the short and intermediate, moving the ball down the field like Tua in this system. In this system, no, I'm talking about in this system, the way that this offense is set up. See, Josh Allen is more so in a pro-style system. We're operating in the West Coast with a few wrinkles in it in this scheme of Mike McDaniel. It's a different system. It is a quarterback-friendly system, but it is a lot to process, and he had to process it fast with anticipation.
And what stood out to me the most about what you said, TD, about it, and I think it's more credit than it is anything else. You said they didn't take away Tyreek, they didn't take away Jalen Waddle, they didn't take away this, they took away the system. And I think that was the goal, and that's exactly what the Bills did. And I think that is a really, really tip to the cap of the defensive coordinator and the defense of the Buffalo Bills. That's how you shut them down. You take away the system, everything else collapses.
But the next matchup, McDaniel will be ready for it. Just like the Chargers. Last year, they took away the system. And then we played them again, wiped the floor with them because he came prepared for what they were going to take away. The only issue I have with Mike McDaniel, he needs to learn how to do it in game. McDermott, I saw the difference in defense. I call on my channel during game day. I call the defensive set on every play, both sides of the ball. When we go in motion, nobody follow, and guys show you indicators. Safety is showing inside leverage. The linebacker didn't follow the guy. They're in zone. Oh, we killing them. Zone. Oh, we killing them. Zone. Oh man, they're in man right now. Let's see what happens. And 90% of the time when I call out that man coverage, it's a disaster for us. And not just man. See, we can beat man when you're giving cushion, and we beat you with crossers, we beat you with speed. It's man press coverage. So people keep arguing with me. We're one of the best teams in the league versus man. No, it's very specific. Man press coverage, we are one of the worst in the NFL at executing as an offense. One of the worst. And when you watch it on film, you see, yeah, but these dumb teams, they so scared of the speed, they don't exercise it anyway.
Big shout out to Jeff King. He brought in a $100 super chat. Great member of the channel. Let's freaking go. Dan, you want to read Jeff's super chat?
Of course. Damn, talk about Rogues Gallery. Gentlemen, good to see you. I agree. Tua is a system quarterback, and when the system breaks down, so to see. Not saying he's not good, saying he's comfortable in a system. Now, here's the deal, guys. All right, listen, I know that the NFL has been obsessed with these sort of offensive minds that are just dominating the entire league. I think that the one thing that I feel like has been slept on as far as something that has been answered is I think Sean McDermott's the best defensive coordinator in the league. I think with the performance that he's been able to put up week 2, week 3, and week 4, Leslie Frazier deciding to take a vacation, which I still think that he was fired. It was just, for a save name sort of sake. Sean McDermott is a damn defensive mastermind. And I think that it's also solidified the fact that Frazier is not coming back. And Sean McDermott is just absolutely doing incredible.
Hey, man, I think the Bills defense definitely deserves credit, Dan. You might have interesting take there. Well, defense. Doug, I know that you do have to skedaddle, Doug, so I'm going to let you go. And any final words you have for the panel?
I love doing this show. That's all I got to say. You guys are all
check out Doug's channel.
We'll get the last laugh, Doug.
I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, Rich, I appreciate you, bro.
Richie, what I didn't say, though, is that even though I'm down and I'm hurt, let me get something straight to you Buffalo Bills bum fans and you sorry Patriots fans and Jets fans. The only thing y'all stopped is our 17-0 regular season. Now it's 16-1, and that hurts. That's the only thing that hurts me. At the end of the day, we still got the best team in the division. Yeah, y'all leading the division, but it's the same record. We can always count on y'all losing to the Jets, and that's where we're going to take the lead. So
I got to ask you, though, TD, to that point, 2 weeks from yesterday, you got the Chiefs. The Bills do what they do yesterday. Do you foresee a similar outcome? And if you don't, what do you think? The Chiefs-Dolphins 2 weeks from yesterday, right? What do you anticipate? Do you anticipate a similar game to yesterday? And if you don't, what's different about that game in your opinion?
It's going to be another shootout, and I don't think anybody's going to beat the Chiefs for the rest of the season.
It's fucking close.
I'm telling you, last night was something.
Nobody's going to. No. Let me explain. Nobody's going to beat them unless Travis Kelce cheats on Taylor Swift. That's it.
Oh my God, we're going to get into that game. I can't wait to talk about.
Sure.
We've been on this Dolphins and Bills game for an hour.
Which we certainly have, but
which is supposed to happen, right? It's a division matchup.
Of course, I think it's time to transition. One last announcement, though. I know Bills fans were absolutely thrilled about the Stephon Diggs, Stone Cold Steve Austin celebration, ladies and gentlemen. We just released this Diggs 316. So if anybody is interested in that,
Stone Cold.
Like, man broke so many pairs of ankles. One man's ankles at least 6 times during that touchdown run.
I got to tell you, that celebration, I don't care. That was awesome. That was freaking sweet.
That one
Have you seen the picture of it, the high def picture? It's, oh my God.
No, I haven't seen the high def.
I'll send it to you. It's nuts. It's like, it's crazy. The dude is literally, I mean, when do you see that? Soaked in beer. And the whole crowd, too. It was awesome.
Dan, do you want to help us out? We got one of our proud sponsors of the channel. That just so happens to be Mojo Fantasy. That's pinned in the chat right now. I know Dan is fortunate enough to be in a state where it's legal because he's actually making some cash right now. So, Dan, why don't you let the people know the cash that you're making on Mojo Fantasy?
Nice try, IRS. All right. Anyway, this is exactly what's happening. All right. So when it comes down to the Mojo app, ladies and gentlemen, think of the stock market and then also think of player prop parlays. This is one of the most perfect culminations on the face of the planet when it comes into it. It's one of the only fantasy player sports apps on the market today where you can actually make trades during the game. As of right now, I have an anytime touchdown parlay for Monday Night Football starting here in about 10 to 15 minutes. And what you do is that you join these competitions called In the Green. These competitions can range from 50 to 100 different people. What you can do from there is, as long as your portfolio finishes in the top 50%, that means that you get to split whatever the pot is. And by you signing up, in the description, you are going to get the code AFC East, and they're going to match 100% of your initial deposit all the way up to $100. Best thing about it is that, say, for example, you start to feel a little bad about maybe a certain quarterback going over or under, let's just say, some sort of, so the completions or something along those lines, or maybe even passing yards. You can actually X out that pick and replace it in game. It's one of the coolest apps on the face of the planet. Hit that QR code and get in on the action with myself and the rest of the homies on the AFC.
And don't forget, folks, we are announcing the winner of the giveaway on Wednesday night for the jersey giveaway. That all you got to do to enter is simply scan this QR code or click the link that's pinned in the chat and download the Mojo Fantasy app, and then shoot us an email over at afcsroundtable@gmail.com, and you'll be entered for a chance to win a jersey of your choice. That'll be announced on Wednesday. So don't you guys think we forgot about the giveaway. You guys are, hopefully one of you guys are going to, I hope a Jets fan wins it because they deserve a jersey more than anybody else. But that's a conversation for another day. So shout out to Mojo Fantasy for always being a proud sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. All right, so we have a lot of super chats. We're going to get through some of them, and then we're going to get into the next game. Let's get it going, baby. Thank you for all the super chats, guys. I'm in here. I still rep my fish. It's up. There we go. Some Fins fans are still here. TD got echo checked. Yep.
Ego.
Richie can't read. Zack Wilson
Echo checked. Oh no, Richie.
Ego checked. Echo. Sorry, my mind is all over the place still from last night. I'm also on 2 hours of sleep, by the way. Lino TV with the $20 super chat. Hey TD, where did Josh Allen send his child support money? Who's your daddy? Lino, I appreciate the $20 super chat, Lino TV.
Thank you, Lino. You're the man.
Anthony, look at that picture. TD Bills talk. How does it feel for Daddy Allen to prove that he owns you? Just needed to give his kids a spanking.
Josh Allen had a great game. He had a great game.
What's the record again, Dan? Against the Dolphins?
11-1, okay.
11.
The Jets would never let that happen.
That's ridiculous.
Pedro, TD, don't take this crap. Stay strong. Dan is a wishful clown that's hoping his team will lose another Super Bowl this year.
I can't talk to you. You mad.
Still don't know where Christian Wilkins is.
Terrible.
Z-Bot, I know that you got to get out of here, so I want to allow you to say your goodbyes to the panel, my friend.
Boys, it's always a pleasure. This was I was looking forward to this one, and I was also looking forward to doubling down on the Bills W with potentially a Jets. I can't stick around to talk about it, but I wanted to just tell you, Richie, before I bounce.
Yeah, let's give your thoughts about that game.
I just wanted to say, man, as someone who can't stand the Jets, obviously, I felt good for Zack Wilson tonight. For somebody who's got to take that much like criticism, it's got to be awful for him to go out and hang in that game last night was something. And to watch it unfold the way it did, where the Chiefs get the ball with 8 minutes left at the midfield and somehow are able to run the clock out, it was absolutely nuts. But I thought last night you saw something that for you guys, it's got to be just so tough going through what you're going through right now as fans, and it's got to be something to hang on to last night. I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought that they really had a shot there. It was nuts. And as a Bills fan, of course, gunning for the 1 seed, I thought maybe the Jets were going to give us a little help there. Unfortunately, they didn't. It felt identical. I don't know how you felt, Richie. It felt almost identical to rewatching that Bills game week 1, where it just was a better quarterback, all messed up, doing things you never see him do. that defense stepping up. The only difference is the Jets offense came to play, and Wilson made a couple of throws that I don't think anybody thought he was capable of. The only thing I thought annoying, and I want to know what you thought before I bounce out here, does it annoy you as a Jets fan every time Zack Wilson does something decent and Chris Collinsworth immediately gives Aaron Rodgers all the credit for Zack Wilson doing anything at all during that game? Because that was unbelievable to me. Anytime he threw a guy, he's like, well, that's Aaron Rodgers on display right there. You know, if Rodgers wasn't there, he could not throw the 10-yard route. A curl route for a first down. That was killing me. I wanted to know what you thought about that.
No, that's funny. Yeah, it's true. You know, he has a touchdown pass, and you're like, oh, it's Aaron Rodgers right there. Oh, I mean, it definitely, you know, coming from Jets fans' perspective, it kind of doesn't bother us just because we want the whole point of bringing in Aaron was to help Zach turn into Aaron. So kind of like from a Jets perspective, it's like, bro, if he's turning into Aaron of any sorts, that's a win. So it didn't really bother me as much.
One last quick thing, too, I wanted to know from both you and Ryan here. Your quick thoughts on Rodney Harrison, because I can't stand the guy. Never could. He's been a Bills hater forever. Could not believe what he was doing.
Hall of Famer. Don't you dare talk about Rodney like that.
Absolute unprofessional garbage, man. Great player, but absolute media unprofessional to do that, to try to bait Chris Jones into saying that nonsense, bro. You got to be better than that. I mean, absolute.
He's been hating on the Bills forever, so I've always had disdain for him, but I've never seen a guy on national TV. He did it twice before the game, calling Wilson out for missing throws on 7-on-7, and then he blatantly called it. That blew my mind. I could not believe it.
And the fact he's trying to bait Chris Jones into it, like, come on.
It wasn't even like baiting. Maybe he's throwing chum in the water. That's what it was.
Nuts.
No, it was ridiculous. And shout out to Micah Parsons, by the way, because he went on this podcast and defended Zach against that guy, and I got a lot of respect from Micah for that. But Z-Bot, I appreciate the support and the respect.
TD, chin up, pal. We'll see you week 18.
We all right, bro. Y'all know we gonna win in week 18 and win the division, bro.
Man, keep that grin from ear to ear all week, baby. We earned it. I'll see you, boys. Peace.
Take it easy.
Peace out, Z-Bot.
Peace, bro.
Well, I think it's a good segue to get into this Jets game now that Z-Bot brought it up. I want to get TD, your thoughts of that game. What did you see last night from the Jets and the Chiefs? I know that you came onto my podcast this morning to try to troll me, but I caught you. You got me for the first 20 seconds, but I caught you eventually. So what was your overall thoughts of that game?
Even though the Jets got robbed at the end of the game, it just showed how trash the Jets are at the end of the day. You turned the Chiefs over 3 times, and it still came up with having a trail at the end. Zack Wilson's little moral victory, he had a decent game overall, but at the end of the day, he still missed some reads. He still missed some wide open opportunities and critical moments of the game. Now, one big one that I was rooting for him to win. Everybody wants Chiefs to lose. But Michael Carter, I think it was, that drop by him, you can't have that, man. That play to me was so critical, that drop right there, because Salah's religious at punting. I mean, it was 2 different times I would have been like, man, I'll go for it. You at the 44 of their territory. Just go. You know, you're playing on edge anyway. But yeah, it still wasn't great by the Jets. They just made it a game because Mahomes kept turning the ball over. And at the end of the day, they still got a lot of work to do. That team is just bad. But I'll say this, late in that game, it was obvious the NFL needs to do something. If you're gonna, fix this league, then at least sell it better. I mean, and I'm not even talking about the sauce. We're gonna get there, but the first holding in the trenches on Mahomes scramble, like that's clear as day. The guy was being held so much, he starts slapping him in the helmet, like get off of me, and no call. That was just terrible. Now, last thing before I'm done with this whole Jets game, I don't want to hear it. I told y'all from day one, that bum is overrated, Sauce Gardner. He holds. And I told y'all that the referees in the biggest moment wasn't going to allow him to get away with it. Even if it was the most pettiest shoulder tug, whatever, it don't matter. He overrated and he got caught. He got caught at the end of the day. Nah, I ain't going to troll y'all. That was a bad call by the refs. He never held that man. Y'all got robbed. It's that simple.
Oh my God. It's so frustrating because at the end of the day, man, TD, there's no moral victories in the NFL. There's just none. And every single game matters. Every single game has so much weight to it. And I can't sit here and be happy after an L. But the one thing I will say is this. What Jets fans needed to see is what they saw is a little glimpse of hope from our quarterback, because the entire planet Earth, including Jets fans, was ready for this to be Zack Wilson's final game as the Jets quarterback. They were ready for it. We're like, all right, Trevor Siemian's going to be playing against Denver, but he went out there with the entire planet Earth counting him out, including our very own Joe Namath, who had the damn nerve, by the way, to say those things. And Zack Wilson plays the game of his life, man. Goes out there and outperforms Patrick Mahomes in every single category. Did you guys see that stat? That literally blew my mind. Now, these stats are kind of skewed, and I get sometimes these stats are like, okay, these are kind of weird. But I just got to read this for the AFC East Roundtable because I saw this last night, and I couldn't believe it. It's pretty hilarious. Ready? Zack Wilson of the Jets is the only opposing quarterback to have more completions, more passing yards, more touchdown passes, and fewer interceptions than Patrick Mahomes in a Mahomes start, college or pro, ever. What? Zack Wilson did that.
Go Wilson, man.
That blew my mind. Like at a college level and the professional level in the postseason, and that's also a testament to the Jets defense on top of the performance of Zack Wilson. But yeah, man, we're gonna get deeper into mine and Ryan's thoughts of that after I hear from you guys around the table. So Dan, what's your thoughts of that Jets and Chiefs game last night?
So with that stat you just dropped, when are we dropping the Zack Wilson is elite shirts, baby?
We might have to.
Dude, holy hell, man. No, I mean, really, in all seriousness, I mean, I don't want to echo what everyone on the panel has already said about like how the refs absolutely just shot y'all in the foot, didn't do you any justice whatsoever. I'm still a massive advocate that I think that it certainly needs to be illegal for these referees to not like have this job as their full-time career, because most referees are allowed and they still do work their 9 to 5s, their regular career Monday through Friday. There's not a lot of continued education. There's a lot of things the NFL needs to do to improve this situation. But yeah, dude, like those holdings were absolutely insane. But like really just going off of a positive note, I thought personally, this is the best game I've ever seen from Zack Wilson in his entire career. All right. I really think that that's the case. The question now becomes is that when can he hold on to consistency? And I'm not even trying to say that I need him to play like that each and every single game of each and every single season. If he can boil it down to like 4 stinkers a year, right? Just 4 stinkers a year. And then afterwards, it is credible, respectable football, making the right decisions, making the right throws, not turning the ball over, and just being the quarterback that I guess the Jets thought that he was when they ended up drafting him so high. I thought that this was a great performance from him. And I think that it probably should be something everyone should be excited about. It sucks because I hate the Chiefs as well. I still want to hear your thoughts a little bit about how the NFL directly after that game, you know, sort of had like the whole like Swifties are now 2-0 sort of situation. But who knows? Who knows what's going on? Heartbreaking loss. But damn, I mean, who did the Jets play next? Let me see.
Denver.
Giant.
Hey, baby. Yo.
70 burger, baby.
71 points. Easy.
Break the record.
So clearly tanking.
We're kicking the field goal, TD. We're going to break it if we get the opportunity.
It's Zack Wilson's last game.
Oh, yeah, just like what they said against the Chiefs.
No, this one is. You'll see. Because if he don't do it versus the Broncos, everybody's going to be like, oh, man. And it's trust me. I think he knows he has to have a big game.
Yeah,
and then outdoing what he just did, man, okay.
Yeah, man, I think it's also a big testament to the Jets coaching staff for finally unleashing him, because against the Patriots, they were coaching scared. They were just like running the ball, trying to force feeding the run game, quick little check downs, and they finally looked at the film and realized like, okay, let's let this kid rip it and see what he's got. And they were
still holding him back. You got Dalvin Cook out here running and can't even get 2 yards, wasting downs that Zack Wilson needed.
I know. I mean, it's progress. I'll tell you that, based on what we saw the first 3 weeks, and that's definitely a sign. Colby, I want to get your thoughts. What did you see from that Jets-Chiefs game last night? What stood out to you?
And he's gone.
Oh, good timing. All right, Tyson, how about you, bro? What did you see from that game?
I told you this. Richie, y'all laughed at me. Oh, I built my entire channel off of Mahomes being the NFL is rigged. Like, come on, bro. Y'all are surprised now because it happened to you. Like, if you watch the Super Bowl, how it ended last year when Juju got held and they gave Mahomes, the Chiefs, the first down and didn't give Jalen Hurts and robbed the fans of the chance to watch Jalen Hurts go down the field and win it. And the same thing with the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. And now they did it to you. We were robbed of the experience of going to see Zack Wilson go down the field and potentially win the game. And fans were robbed of that. But in the words of Taylor Swift, just shake it off. Just shake it off, Jets fans, man. Let's just be honest, bro. Like, people are praising Zack Wilson for this performance. Why? Because he looked like an actual NFL quarterback? Is that what we're going to do now? Because he didn't stink it up. He looked like he actually belonged on the field. And by the way, he cost you the game with the fumble too. Say what you want about the penalties, and they were egregious penalties, and they were definitely catering to Taylor Swift's ass, especially on the Instagram page, 2-0 Swifties. I'm 2-0 too, because I'm a Swiftie. But like, Zack Wilson cost you the game, and he knew it on the sideline. So at the end of the day, Zack Wilson played okay. You look like an NFL quarterback, but you still blew the game at the end of the day. Like, he deserves blame for that. He deserves blame for that, regardless. Like, what do you expect from Zack Wilson, right? We all know he sucks. We all knew he's trash. Your fan base wants him gone. He goes out there and has a semi-good performance because Mahomes, just to be honest, bro, that was the worst performance I've ever seen Mahomes play. Like, the throws that he was making, like, I've never seen him make those some type of throws that he was making yesterday.
Quarterbacks that the Jets defense did that too, by the way.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
At the end of the day, I mean, I'm just gonna say this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Your season's over with, Richie. We're gonna get to the Patriots in a second, and I'm gonna be actually honest because I'm not gonna be like Dolphins fans, like Jets fans, who's gonna come up here and sugarcoat shit and try to make you feel good about your little moral victory or performance. I'm gonna tell it how it is, and this is how it is, bro. Your season is fucking over with, bro. Stop with this capping shit. Oh, well, if we beat the Broncos, maybe Aaron Rodgers will come back. Like, all this hope and bullshit, bro. That shit is for the birds, dog. At the end of the day, Richie, you got robbed. I agree with you there. The Jets got fucking robbed. But you also said last year when we were debating the Super Bowl outcome and how Mahomes is this great quarterback, and our NFL didn't give him anything, right? The same exact situation happened, but it was to your team. And now you want to go ahead and yell and scream and moan and bitch and cry about it, bro? No. It doesn't work like that, because there's been a lot of teams in the league, especially the Bills and the Patriots, who were on the bitter end of the Chiefs rigging. The N'Keal Harry, that pretty much to me, the play that signified the death of the dynasty was in N'Keal Harry and probably changed the entire, I don't know, the trajectory of his entire career, handing on that one play where we got robbed, where we would have had the number one seed instead of getting bounced by the damn Titans in the wildcard round. The Chiefs are frauds. Mahomes is a fraud. And now the NFL is so blatantly rigging these games for them. Like, it's not like they're going to do everything in their power to get their Taylor Swift bullshit. Okay, and I like Taylor Swift, but at the end of the day, they're going to do everything in their power because they see a huge opportunity here for the NFL to bring a new audience in, okay? And that's what it comes down to. Like, literally on their Twitter page, it's Taylor Swift as the header. Instagram page, 2-0 Swifties. Every single damn commercial break you talk Taylor Swift. You would have to have beaten the brakes off the Chiefs to not even – you can't give the referees a reason to do what they did yesterday. You have to beat them outright, and that's the only way the Chiefs are going to die, is you have to beat them to where there is no way the referees can mess it up at the end. You can't leave it down to a bad call, and that's what the Jets did yesterday. And the sooner you peasants, not the Jets fans, but you peasants that keep on saying that the NFL is not about the money, okay, and that Mahomes isn't in on it, you learned your lesson last night, because I've been screaming this for 3 years, and from a beneficiary Patriots fan who's been on the other end of the NFL rigging games for us and how our dynasty literally started on a tuck rule play. Trust me when I say this. I know it. I know how it feels now, okay? I know the other end of it. The NFL had their golden boy in Brady, and now they have their little homosexual in Mahomo. At the end of the day, this is their new golden boy, and they will do whatever they can to protect him. Understand this. For any team of any fan, this is how it's going to be for a very long time. And this is why the Bills will not win, because when it gets to the playoffs and you will play the Chiefs, if you get there, you already know who they going to go after. Taylor Swift is going to be in that damn box, whether it's in Buffalo or Kansas City. And you already know, Dan, y'all ain't getting past them, bro.
Why are you talking to him? Why are you talking to him?
I
Us
can't
is going to be there.
describe the amount of times that I saw Taylor Swift on the screen. I wanted to Ryan.
Nothing more
I
than I want is for Travis Kelce to fuck it up in December. Like
and I love their podcast. It's like New Heights. I respect it. I love Jason. I love Travis. I love their platform. But come on, man. Again, congrats, Travis.
Listen, you know what? Like, I don't know Travis Kelce personally, but dude, something about him is telling me he's gonna fuck it up, dude. And like she's gonna drop some crazy like song, some diss track on him.
Oh yeah,
and that's gonna be the end happening.
No doubt. And the NFL.
And one more thing. I understand that the integrity of the game has been tainted for a long time. Okay, but this is how you grasp it. Keep on watching football, watching NFL. When you buy a ticket to any game, there's a fine print on the bottom of every single ticket. This is an entertainment product, just like the WWE. Okay, at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do to make money. This is an entertainment product, and the faster y'all wrap your head around that what you're seeing on the field is not really what you think you're watching on the field. Then I mean, at the end of the day, this is entertainment, right? Like if you really think that the way the sports betting is being intertwined with the NFL, I'm not going that far as conspiracy, but what I'm saying is Jets fans, bro, there will come a time, I don't know when it's going to happen, but there will come a time where you land that golden goose that lays those golden eggs, and the NFL will do exactly what they did to the Chiefs, and they're going to flip it to the Jets. It's pretty much.
This was our year, Tyson. The NFL is going to rig it for us with Aaron, and he ruptured.
Well, they hate Aaron. I don't know if you noticed, but the NFL is not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers, and you can just kind of understand what he's been doing in the last couple of years to understand that why.
From a revenue standpoint, I mean, if they put their personal feelings aside with all that other stuff, like from a revenue standpoint, and if the Jets were winning with Aaron, like numbers, ratings would be through the roof. But I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. I really
That's all I got to say, man. Listen, I feel bad for Jets fans. As a Patriots fan, what I watched last night was disgusting. As much as I hate the Jets, but what are you gonna do, right? You just got to keep moving on, bro. You just got to keep moving on, man. You got to move past it.
It's sad because we were that close to save the season and a win against the Chiefs. Because real quick, I just want to say this AFC conference is not as big and stacked up as we all thought it would be through 4 weeks. I mean, the NFC has 2 undefeated teams. The AFC has 0. And if the Jets won that game, we're just 1 game back from first place. Now we're 2 games back. So it's going to take a lot for us to dig us out of this hole. Ryan, speak to us. What did you see from that game last night? Outside of just the refs, I mean, how could we have won that game? Like, what did you see from that game, Ryan? I know that me and you are aligned with this misery together.
Yeah, the refs thing was frustrating. I think the no call on Jermaine Johnson was the biggest irritating part of that, because obviously that led to the then holding call that was flagged for Sauce. And I actually do think that was a hold. I thought he altered his route. I think that the timing of the flag and how it was thrown after the interception was really squirrely. But overall, the Jets had every opportunity to win that game. So I got to echo a little bit of what Master at Work said. The Jets, if you want to eliminate the possibility of the refs taking you out of that game, you make the field goal. Michael Carter doesn't drop that second down pass to get you the first down. Tyler Conklin catches the touchdown in the end zone. Zach Wilson doesn't overthrow Garrett Wilson in the end zone. There's all these opportunities, and then obviously Zach fumbling the ball at the end there. Really frustrating, because I think if the Jets had gotten that one more opportunity with the ball in their hands, I do think they would have wound up scoring. And we're having a little bit different conversation right now. But overall, I know we're saying how there's no moral victories, but going into that game, look, Richie and I were here last week talking about how we were going to get thumped by Kansas City. Like the spread was going to be 9 points, and it wasn't even going to be close. The locker room's falling apart, all this different stuff. And I have to say, from a Jet fan perspective, I was pleasantly surprised. I had us penciled in for a loss already, but watching the locker room and the players kind of galvanize one another, it feels like there's not a divide the way we felt just 1 week ago. So I think my favorite part of this game is that fracturing is at least put off another week, if not maybe a little bit more indefinitely. And I'm hoping that Zack can string a few of these together, because this was, one of one right now. We haven't seen Zack really have a lot of these games, but he was throwing darts all over the field, and it was impressive to watch. I mean, if you had told me that the Jets would lose by 3 points and like he would outduel Mahomes, I'd be like, yeah, I'll sign up for that. Why not? It's whatever. But I think the Jets going into Denver next week, the season does kind of come down to this. And we were sort of talking about that last week, where you really have to make sure you get a win against an AFC opponent. You cannot go into the Philadelphia game week 6, 1-5 or 1-4 heading into that week. It would not be good. So I'm hoping we get a little bit more from Zack Wilson. I love that we got to see more Jeremy Ruckert, Gibson. I'm missing someone else there off the top of my head. Ruckert, Gibson, just seeing guys with speed. Hardman was out there as well. It felt like the offensive game plan was actually built around Zack Wilson this time. And it's the first time he looked comfortable. It felt like they kept a little more up-tempo pace going. And once he hit a few throws, then you saw the Chiefs kind of back off. They weren't kind of pinning their ears back on the running game the way you saw the last few weeks. So I think if Breece Hall can get established in Denver, if Zack can just hit, half of the throws we saw this past week, but, keep the completion percentage up, the Jets are going to be a really tough team to beat. We just need average quarterback play. And Zack, I thought, played better than average yesterday.
Above average for sure. And I agree, Ryan. And you know what frustrates me the most is that Zack Wilson did not get one opportunity to get the ball back after the crucial mistake he made, man. Mm-hmm. Because there's no sugarcoating. He made a mistake. He played a perfect game up until the fourth quarter, and the offense was dealing. The offense was moving. We're at midfield. I just rewatched the game right before we went live, and the Jets had the ball with 8 minutes to go, down by 3 points in the fourth quarter, and he made a mistake. He fumbled the ball. Backbreaker. Absolute backbreaker. No sugarcoating it. But I was so intrigued to see, how is Zack going to respond? How is he going to look after he gets the ball? Is he going to go down the field and score a touchdown, or is he going to make another mistake? That was going to really tell everything I needed to know about Zack Wilson in that moment. And he didn't get the chance to get the ball back. That is probably the most infuriating part about this game, is because we saw a crazy, bizarre 7.5-minute drive to end off the game on 3rd and 20, this penalty, 3rd and 22, this penalty, and I'm not going to sit here and blame the refs, guys. I really am sick and tired of doing that. Like Ryan said, there were so many opportunities for this Jets team to win this game, and it stems from the first quarter. The defense, you played great in the middle part, but you can't give up 17 points and go down 17-0 like that early. I know it's against the Chiefs, and you can't expect to be perfect against that type of offense with Andy Reid and Mahomes and everything, but you can't let Isaiah Pacheco go out there and get 150 yards. You can't let them go on 17 straight unanswered points, and then you get Zack Wilson's offense pinning the ears back already, down 17-0. So there's a lot of different things that could have went our way. The Jets could have easily put themselves in a position to be not in that spot in the fourth quarter, to get the penalties, to be not in our direction. And it's unfortunate that Zack Wilson's game that really, put him on the map with the whole world against him is kind of spoiled because he had that backbreaking fumble. But I got to give a lot of credit to Zack Wilson, because Jets fans know this, and if you guys have been following the NFL and following the Jets at all since last year, you know this as well. But not only a big issue with Zack Wilson as his Jets career, not only has it been a football issue, but it's been a leadership and accountability issue. And what we saw from Zack Wilson last night was so fantastic for his development of maturity. Last year, after the Patriots game, he had the worst press conference imaginable, and he was all over national media. Everyone's scrutinizing him. How can you not take accountability? Blah, blah, blah. Get benched. And it was just a nightmare. And now, what does Zack Wilson do on the sideline? He puts this blame on himself. Press conference, he's putting this blame on himself. Not only in the press conference, because that really doesn't matter, but what really stood out to me the most is when Robert Saleh spoke to the team, but Zack Wilson got up and spoke to every single player and said, guys, I got to be better. This is on me. He made sure the defense did not feel like it was their fault. And that just tells you the type of person he is, because do you know how hard it is for a 24-year-old kid to have the entire planet Earth against him, and mentally to get through that, to have our own Jets legend, Joe Namath, publicly bashing him, telling him how garbage he is and how he needs to be sit and benched, how the 99% of the Jets fan base is over him, and how pretty much everybody in the NFL world thinks he stinks. You know how hard that is to get over mentally? He showed me something. And I invite every Jets fan to keep that positive energy around Zach, because this could be something special. Now, listen, he needs to stack these things. This game could just be a fluke, like, oh, remember when Zach showed up and outdueled Mahomes in a loss? That could be the thing. Or this could be the time where Zach actually figured it out. And I'm telling you, there's a different twinkle in his eye, man. I see that kid, and I see something different inside of him. Something is unlocked. Something is he's kind of figuring it out. And that's what gets me excited, man. So shout out to you, Zach. Unfortunately, you had that backbreaking turnover in a critical moment, and I was really intrigued to see what you would look like when you can bounce back after that, man. And that phenomenal drive that you had to start off the second half, back shoulder here, back shoulder there, picking apart the defense. You looked like the second overall pick last night, and now you got to continue that, okay? Against the Denver Broncos, Justin Fields, 4 touchdowns. You got to be able to replicate that performance. No excuse from here on out. You proved good last night. Now let's go win, okay? No moral victories, but this gives you another chance to go play as a Jets quarterback. So that's really my thoughts about the game last night. I'm not going to sit here and blame the refs and put all these conspiracy theories out there, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of missed opportunities for this Jets team that could have put them in a situation to win. But when you're a team as a 10-point underdog going up against the reigning Super Bowl champions at home and makes Patrick Mahomes look that bad, can we quickly talk about how on prime time the Jets made Josh Allen look like a bum, and we all know he's not, and we made Patrick Mahomes look like a bum, and we all know he's not? I mean, that tells you a lot about this Jets defense, man. They really get to these good quarterbacks. They force them into bad mistakes where you're like, wow, I've never seen Mahomes throw an interception like that. Wow, I've never seen Josh Allen do something like that. It's just something about this defense that's absolutely getting to their heads, and they just got to keep that momentum going, man. So we can move on to the next game because I don't know, man. I'm sick and tired of talking about this. It's really infuriating. We should. I really wish we won that game.
Guys, I do have to hop out of here.
Fuck Ryan. Enjoy your show tonight.
Thank you. For those of you guys in here, once this show is all wrapped up, if you want to call into the call-in show, I'll be taking calls over on my channel. But guys, thank you so much for having me on.
Ryan's channel's linked down below, guys. He's live at 8 p.m. Ryan, we appreciate you tuning in, bro.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ryan.
See you next week.
See ya, man.
Love this show. I think we probably got to start it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I try to get 6, and then everyone shows up late. But
yeah, I can go to red light regardless.
I think we should change it to like 5 or 5:30 so we have everybody with us for the whole time.
Yeah. I think 5 or 5:30 probably makes a little bit of sense. But hey, you know what? We've had some pretty hardy of the divisional matchups past couple of weeks, so maybe they won't be flying as high.
Well, we appreciate all the support in the chat, though. We see all you guys. Guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. And also, do us a favor by simply supporting all 4 of the channels, not only ours, but all of our, members of the Monday night, Patriots Global, Dougly Do Wrong, Z-Bot, and Jets Talk 24/7. All their channels are linked down below in the description. So if you guys can go help us out and check them out, go subscribe to their channels, man. They do a great job. And also, hit that like button, guys. Let's get to 1,000 likes. You guys are slacking. We have a congruent over 1,000 people watching, but just under 600 likes, guys. Hit that like button, please, for your boys. We're going to get to every single super chat, guys. Don't you guys worry. We appreciate all the support. Before we go any further and before we go into the next segment, which is the Patriots, we do have another proud sponsor, which is the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. That just so happens to be BetUS. Now, there is a Monday Night Football game tonight, folks, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to get 125% sign-up bonus when you make your first deposit on BetUS, you guys can click that link that's about to be pinned in the bio, or in the chat, rather, right frickin' now. So BetUS is the official sportsbook sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. And not only do they have the option to bet on sports, they can also, and it's illegal in all 50 states, you can play casino games. And that also comes with the sign-up bonus as well. You can play blackjack and all those fun things. So a really fun way, guys, to support the channel here on the AFC East Roundtables, not only by hitting the like button, not only by subscribing to the channel, not only by the super chats, but it's also by simply clicking the link and supporting the brands here on the AFC's Roundtable, because without these brands, guys, us 4 would not be able to do this on a consistent basis, guys. So really would appreciate it if you guys can simply click that link, make an account, sprinkle some money on your favorite teams, or sprinkle some money on some parlays, win some cash, and also feel free to join our Discord and share your bets. We love to open up. Dan, who do you like tonight, the Giants or the Seahawks?
Oh, man, you know what? It's really hard to see what Giants team is going to show up on any given matchup by itself, but I'm definitely leaning a bit toward the Seahawks. I like what they've been putting out for the past couple of weeks. Still a Geno Smith believer.
Me too, Geno.
Hot take though, I do have the overhitting. That's even with Saquon still not out.
This game will be under.
Think so?
Dan was wrong about the Buffalo game with the under, ladies and gentlemen. I was right.
I can hear the pain in your voice, bro.
Come on, guys, let's do this, bro. I'm itching to talk about the Patriots, bro.
There's so much pain. So, folks, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and sign up for BetUS.
I can't hold it in no more.
Let's get to this Patriots game.
Oh, boy.
We saw Mac Jones get benched. Now,
I don't know why.
We don't need it. Listen, Richie, we don't need any intro of you talking about what happened, bro.
He looked good to me.
I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say, and that's gonna be it. Unfortunately, I don't know where the hell Global is because he knows I'm about to go in on him. But at the end of the day, this is Patriots Global's fault. I'm just gonna say it how it is. He bamboozled the fan base. He bamboozled me. You know, I've been getting a lot of shit going into the season about why you always so negative. Patriots fans don't want to hear that because I tell the truth. Okay, everything that I've been saying for the past, was it 3 weeks now, bro? It's been bullshit, bro. I can't do a TD forever. You know, I can only sell you wolf tickets for so long before eventually we got to cash them. And apparently we cashing them this week because here's the fact. Belichick needs to be fired. Mac Jones needs to be locked out the facility. I'm going to give you some numbers here for you. Okay? Because I was sold a bill of goods. When I said Mac Jones, he's shown me differently. He bamboozled us. It was the Jets. We could play the Jets 17 times in the season. We go 17-0. Okay? I will no longer ever count the Jets as a W. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But here are some stats for you. So we signed, remember Belichick, the GM, who's been a GM for a very long time, who, hid the warts, apparently hid the warts of Tom Brady, right? They've been cheaping out because he had Tom Brady as his quarterback. I'm going to tell you what he did. So we gave Juju a 3-year contract. You want to hear his stats? He has 80 yards the entire season, first 4 games. 0 touchdowns, averaging 7.3 yards a catch with and 11 catches. That's that 3-year deal they gave Juju. 3 years. Devontae Parker, who was bitching and moaning for a new contract, knowing goddamn well he can't stay on the field. And I know my Dolphins history, so I know this motherfucker couldn't stay on the field. Belichick gave him another 3-year contract. This is a systemic issue with the New England Patriots since Brady has left. This is a dinosaur. You cannot no longer operate under these circumstances. Either you adapt to the new NFL, get you an actual quarterback, or you die, bro. You can no longer penny pinch when it comes to going out and getting talent. This offense has no talent at all. Ezekiel Elliott, why do you think the Cowboys got rid of him? Ramondre Stevenson, where the fuck have you been, bro? The biggest spotlight, the biggest good thing that happened with the Patriots yesterday was the Mario Douglas doing a little spinorama on the cow bitch yesterday. And you know what happened to Mario Davis? He never got targeted a single time the rest of the game. When we have talent, they don't use him. They didn't use Kendrick Bourne at all. Not yesterday, and last season he got sent to the doghouse because he was speaking back to the offensive court on Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia wasn't a problem, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is Mac Jones. And we're going to get to little McCorkle. I got a huge issue. See, people are going to say that he got benched because of his bad performance, even though Belichick covered his ass in that press conference, which I admire. I admire Belichick covering his ass, something that he didn't do the past 2 seasons. But here's the issue, right? When McCorkle got benched for Zappy, again, you know what little McCorkle done did? McCorkle done smirking on the sidelines, laughing to Zappy, And I read his lips. He said, see what you can do with this shit, with this trash offense. Leadership.
Wow.
When you get benched and you are getting your back blown out, literally blown the hell out. The worst loss in Belichick's career, by the way. And this had a lot to do with Dan Campbell getting revenge for 28-3, but that's another story. So when you're on the sideline and Zappy is coming in, you know what a leader does? You know what a leader does? He doesn't. You remember when Tom Brady used to have these type of performances every once in a while? He'll smash his helmet and look like he had the worst day of his life. You got McCorkle on the sideline smirking and laughing and joking it up, talking about, yeah, like you think this kid, like Belichick told him sit the fuck down because he threw across his body, which you're not supposed to do, threw a pick six. Did it again. And that was a fuck you throw. That was Mac Jones doing it on purpose, because that was a fuck you throw, being this game is over with. I don't give a shit anymore because I don't have enough weapons out there. That's the issue that I had with Mac Jones last season. And it reared its ugly head. I don't give a damn if it's 100-0. You go out there and you do your fucking job because you get paid to do your job. And you're supposed to be the leader of the football team. I don't give a damn what the score was. You don't see Zack Wilson pulling that bullshit in New York as bad as Zack Wilson has been. And even yesterday when Zack Wilson messed up, Zack Wilson showed more leadership than Mac Jones ever did. And that's why I respect Zack Wilson. He might not have it as a quarterback, but at least he took accountability for the shit and not smirking on the sidelines like a little kid. Get the fuck off my team, bro. You're done. I'm being dead ass. I am done with Mac Jones. I don't give a damn. They can go around and try to fool Patriots fans, beat the Saints next week, fuck around, beat another bum ass team. Who else did they play? They play the Raiders. Yeah, they'll go 3-3, and then our Patriots fans will start. Mac Jones will have one of those little dump off performances. Oh, he's back. See, he rebounded. He's so look at him. He knows how to weather the storm. He's so resilient. Oh yeah. And then they'll go out and then play against Buffalo the next game and then play against Miami. I don't give a damn about those bum teams. You know what the Patriots record is? And I hate to keep all this long, but this is a fact. The Patriots are 3-9 in their last 12 games. Their only 3 wins in that stretch came against Colt McCoy, Teddy Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson, and Zack Wilson.
4 games. Okay.
This team cannot beat good football teams. You know why? Because they're a bad football team. And the season is over with, by the way. Judon on tour his Achilles or whatever the hell he tore. And our best cornerback, who's one of the bright spots on the team, by the way, who Belichick finally actually hit on, is Gonzo, Speedy Gonzalez. And you know how good he is? Because as soon as he went out, the Cowboys went right to CeeDee Lamb against trash Miles Bryant and scored a touchdown. This team is garbage, bro. This is the most disgusting I've ever been as a Patriots fan. I've been pretty pissed when we lose to Miami just because of my personal, red vendetta against the Dolphins fans, bro. But the team, not only did they lose, they got their ass quit. They quit. The team quit. McCorkle quit. He quit. He threw a fuck you interception because he quit, bro. What quarterback do you know throws a fuck you interception just to stick it in his coaching staff's face because they didn't give him enough to play around with, bro? Get off my team, dog. I'm done with this team. I'm always going to rep the team. Obviously, I will never stop, bro. This is actually kind of exhilarating for me because I know what it feels like now to actually, be pissed at your own franchise and want everyone out. But at the end of the day, Belichick, the issue with Belichick is he's put all this on the defense. And now your 2 best defensive players are out for the season. And now because you didn't surround the offense around Mac Jones, and that's what happened yesterday. You saw it first, front and center. The Patriots are dead, bro. What we accomplished will never be accomplished again. And I will forever be grateful for Belichick for that. And I will forever have those memories, bro. But it's time to move on, man. It's time to put Gerard Mayo in the seat. Robert Kraft needs to take his ass down to Florida into a retirement home, to a nursing home, and go get his spa on. You know what I'm saying? And put Jonathan Kraft in that position. Belichick needs to be fired. We need to actually hire an actual GM and not a coach and a GM at the same. Like we need to have a structure where you have your GM, you have a head coach, you have coaches with actual titles, like a defensive coordinator, an offensive coordinator, and there needs to be the scouting department needs to be completely fired. Like everybody needs to go, bro, down to the receivers that we have. And we have 100, bro. The Patriots have $130 million in cap space next season, bro.
That's true.
They are last in the NFL in cash spent. You know why? Because Robert Kraft is a con artist. He has conned the city of the state of Massachusetts, and the reason he was able to get away with it was because Brady was able to work with whatever the hell they gave him, and they were able to hit on some draft picks. Belichick hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler since 2012, bro. Since 2012. That's 11 years ago. So this is the last thing I'm going to say about this issue. And I'm ready for whatever comes, because I'm going to go on my own channel and rant about this because this needs to be said, bro. For all the Patriots fans that said Mac Jones needed weapons, that Patricia was the problem, and spat in my face and said I'm not a good fan and said that I'm a traitor, that I need to give him a chance. I did that. Y'all saw me the last 3 weeks when we started the season. What did I say? I had this kid's back, bro. And he disappointed me. I've never been disappointed in playing my life, bro, because I really wanted to give this kid a chance, bro. I really did. And I did that. I said a lot of stuff that wasn't true. But at the end of the day, man, for you to do what you did, bro, to smirk and laugh it up on the sidelines because you got benched because you suck, and then throw a fuck you interception to end it, bro. That's one of the most disgusting displays I've ever seen by an NFL quarterback in history, bro. I have more respect for Zack Wilson than I ever will Mac Jones, because, yeah, Zack Wilson might not be that dude, but at least this motherfucker learned from his mistakes. He took accountability, and he apologized to his teammates. And that's all I got to say, man. I'm done, bro. I'm just so sick. I'm so sick of it, bro.
I have a lot of respect for you, Master Work, because you had every single right to hype up your squad. You had every single right to pump some optimism and pump some faith into Mac Jones. And unfortunately for you, it blew up in your face. And that's a sad reality. I know that often. I know what it's like to, pump some optimism into your team, and you feel maybe this is different. Maybe he actually does. This young quarterback can turn the corner, and it all got ripped underneath. And unfortunately, I did see it coming just based off what I saw in that Jets-Patriots game. I did not see a Patriots team that is going to be able to compete with the Cowboys. That's why I had the Cowboys at -7 or whatever. But the reality is, man, you did what you were supposed to do as a fan, and now you're flipping over like you should because you're sick and tired of seeing what your team did. So I have a lot of respect for you and how you're handling the Patriots.
One more thing, when your quarterback plays well, you give him props. When your quarterback plays like shit, you call it out. That's the way it's supposed to be as a fan, bro. Not this blind faith, dog. I don't play that blind faith bullshit. I don't make excuses for the offensive line. I don't make excuses for receivers. When your quarterback plays like shit, you got to call it out, bro. Because what it does is it's going to poison your fan base. It's going to split in half. And that's what's happened to Patriots fans, bro. They're split in half. But I think yesterday, I've seen it. I can't even find a Mac Jones sexual no more, bro. They ain't hiding. They don't know what to do no more.
TV, I'm glad I got rid of that, because you had the Patriots winning this game, not only on this channel but also on the Bleach Report. So
yeah, them bums. They were supposed to be. I thought that they were gonna shock everybody with their defense in this game, and Mac Jones was gonna do enough. But you know what? First of all, they made me mad by losing. I ain't talking about that no more. But I totally disagree with Master Works. I think that Mac Jones is a great quarterback who needs time to develop, and he needs to be with the Patriots for a few years. Give him at least 3 to 4 years to develop. Get the right team around him and the system around him, and don't give up on your young quarterback. Mac Jones has showed enough. That game was not his fault. It was the offensive line. It was the run game. He needs weapons around him, and he needs help. So, Patriots fans, don't give up. Y'all support your quarterback and keep him in the building for the next 5-10 years, okay? The bums are in trouble.
TD. Oh, and by the way, congratulations to TD's wife too. She's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, she been
congratulations. I've seen some of her clips, but don't worry, I'm gonna get your husband back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get him back.
Well, not in that game. Don't use my content. I'm suing you.
Big shout out to King Cat for the $100 donation. I have new respect for Messer at work. Don't get me wrong. I still absolutely hate the Pats. But at the end of the day, Messer work speaks what he believes to be the unfluffed truth. Anyways, go Jets, I guess.
Appreciate the super chat, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Patriots fans, y'all will be all right, though. Hey, Richie, I got a few things I wanted to just say real fast.
Yeah.
First and foremost, y'all, thank y'all for supporting this channel. We're less than 300 subscribers away from 10,000. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We are on our way, man. 10,000 is huge. We're about to hit that probably within the next 7 days or so. It's kind of crazy, the success that you all have allowed us to have on this show. Also, please punch that like button, everybody. It goes a long way. We've had every stream where y'all got us to at least 1,000. So please hit the like button, show your love and support. We still got 1,200 people in here, so get it up. And last but not least, let me clear something up. There was a lie earlier, okay? We have 1,600 people who have voted on who you are repping. The Dolphins are at 40%. Now, we usually average around 44 to 45%, but recently we've had some 50% shows like dominating, right? Our numbers didn't drop, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Bills numbers went up. That's what happened. Those frauds, as I keep telling y'all, only show up when they win. They are sore losers. After week one, you could after week one when the Buffalo's numbers down there with the Pats. They were fighting at 9%, 6%.
And that's saying something when you fight with the Patriots, bro. When it comes to fan representation on this channel, that says a lot.
All of a sudden, they jump right back up to 33%. Why can't y'all show up when you lose?
Hey, Bills fans, honestly, and so I do want to know that as well. All right,
man, Jets fans still here after.
Why are you only coming in here supporting the homies when we're winning? All right, now, I mean, granted, we've been doing a lot of winning this season, and we're about to continue to do a lot of winning. But I gotta know.
It's a lot of Bills fans watching right now that ain't been watching the last 2 weeks. Why all of a sudden, huh? Oh, you come to humble TD when you know we're gonna win a division anyway? It's just funny to me. Why can't you show up on the regular and have some faith in your team even when they down? Because you know why, Dan? Even Buffalo Bills fans were giving up on the season. We gave the fan base life. That's what we do. That's what Dolphins do. We say the Bills are down. Let's help them out. That's all it is.
Gentlemen, we have witnessed live on air TD Finstock officially losing his mind. Hey TD, so like this is like a genuine question since like your wife's a Cowboys fan and like you're like a Miami Dolphins fan. Like, how does like the kids fandom like separate? And so like some like Cowboys, some Dolphins. What's up?
It's honestly split, bro. You know, my my oldest daughter, she don't care about football like that. She'll watch, but she don't care either way.
Yeah.
My oldest son, he's a Cowboy fan, born and raised in Dallas. You know, I fight with him about that all the time. You know, my second oldest son, he's a Dolphins fan. He's a Dolphins fan, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Carter, who is the third, with a fourth child, but third son, he's a Cowboys fan because he got, you know, the little brother looking up to big brother and, you know, want to do everything he does. And then you got Cammy with all the hair. He is a Dolphins fan. So you see the split, but the tiebreaker belongs to baby girl. She is a Dolphins fan and she always will be.
The newborn?
Planting that in here.
She's turning 1 year old. She's turning 1 year old on Wednesday. So we'll say happy birthday to her.
Did you show her the Toy Story feed yesterday?
Bro, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even know what people were talking about. Some Toy Story.
That's the one that Tua made cry, right? Last year, the newborn.
The
baby girl.
Yeah, the one I was holding on the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's the tiebreaker. So we're good, man. We dominate.
She's the tiebreaker. All right, interesting.
I'm not letting her flip. I'm not letting her flip.
All right, guys, let's get through these super chats. We appreciate all the donos, folks. Tony Dow with another super chat. You're thinking. Oh, this was the shirts on the Dolphins, the emoji on the Dolphins shirts, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
what was the context behind
and
that?
then Josh
by the way?
Allen trolled him with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trash.
Anthony, rumor has it Tua, Tyreek, and Waddle are still on the bus preparing to play the Bills. Daddy Allen had to kiss the kids goodnight. Maybe next year.
Oh, here we go.
Dolphins fans will never admit this, but they're the biggest reason for their failures. You bring it upon your own downfall.
Oh,
Wow. Is that not hurt?
No. Oh.
Hello, TD. Does that not hurt you?
Next.
Go Bills, TD. Cheer up, bro.
I'm good,
Oh,
Jeffrey.
Jeff, that was nice.
We know it's a bump
See,
in the
like
road.
Jeffrey Green.
He's a good
coming out
Bills
there,
fan.
with the support, but then he comes out here with another one. TD, where's your panic meter after this loss?
I'm gonna be honest. It's undecided, bro. It's just a matter of the competition we play. We're still gonna win enough games to make the playoffs. We got some bad news today. Teron Armstead won't play next week, and the coach say he'll be back at some point this season. So here we go with that situation again.
Ay. David, as longtime Dolphins fan, I think Tua is trash. I would rather have Josh Allen go Fins.
Wow,
That's some serious.
that's a Bills fan posing as a Dolphins fan.
Probably.
I love that.
Russian reaction and reviews says, let's go Buffalo.
That's good.
Well, thank you, Russian reaction and reviews, for supporting the AFC East Roundtable.
Let's go Bills. Absolutely.
And hey, Josh Allen owns you, TD. I told you. You'll hear from him Wednesday night.
Man, I already know.
Oh, you're going to hear it from him. He was on my show this morning.
He's like, where's TD at? Where's he at?
Pedro, Master at Work, just wondering when the Patriots are going to start making their play for a push, and when is your franchise going to unretire?
Making their play of, I don't understand the question.
You got to resend that one, bro.
Yeah,
Playoff
I'm not
push?
understanding that one.
He's making their
When are you going to start making
their
their playoff push?
push, and when is your franchise going to?
I already explained it, bro. Well, that must be before I went on my rant, but you
Yeah,
kind of
this
know
is
my
at
answer if
6:30.
you listen to my rant. Yeah, yeah.
Russian reaction reviews with another super chat. Let's go Buffalo. It's a duel. We appreciate you. But this time there's an extra exclamation point. So thank you.
I love it.
Will with this $5. I told TD that the Dolphins aren't playing Baltimore defense and the Bills going to drop 50 on the Dolphins during his play-by-play. Well,
They didn't drop 50.
2 points short.
They didn't drop 50. You were wrong.
Izzy, TD's going to need a Senzu bean after Masterwork got him.
Hey, DBZ, baby. I'm a huge fan.
Hey, listen, man. I was hoping you knew that reference.
Born and raised, baby.
I love DBZ.
Kincaid. Everyone is forgetting about the original TD. Tua's daddy, a.k.a. Josh freaking Allen. Look at that pick.
Kincaid, baby.
All right, man. Richie, you should just show him the last piece of merch, man, that came through.
What piece of merch?
Yeah. We actually have a couple of new pieces that came in. As a matter of fact, we have a lot.
What? Wait, that we didn't show already, or am I missing something?
Yeah. We have a hat that just released, and then we also have a brand new Josh Allen shirt. And so we'll show everyone the fire new merch we have just released today.
This is the one I lost the bet and I had to make it, man.
Yep.
You keep reading super chats, Dan. He'll get it up.
So with Tua is Allen's little bro, like TD is my little bro. TD Bills talk. I love that profile picture. Josh Allen is your daddy.
Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I lost the bet, so I had to make that design.
Oh, you have to wear it?
It's coming. But
oh,
I'll get the white one. At least it looks good.
And so we also released a Run the Damn Ball hat as well, baby. And as you can see, I'm currently rocking it right now. Run the damn ball. In fact, I feel like Jets fans would love this one, to be completely honest with you.
Honestly, pass the ball. Zack Wilson. We tried to run the ball the first 3 weeks and we failed miserably. Open up the playbook, all of a sudden we're actually moving the ball, baby.
Oh, boy.
Hey, sleep on Zachy. Mormon Mahomes, even though he outdueled him. Love you, Dan, but all QBs are system QBs.
I gotta actually go, but I want to show one more thing before I go, bro. No, this is nothing to do with the Dolphins, bro. This is So I have deniable proof that Mac Jones is a time traveler that came back just to fuck with the Patriots, bro. This is deniable proof that Mac Jones literally came back from the year 2095, bro, and he's been here ever since, dog, to try to fuck with the Patriots, dog. If that's not Mac Jones, I don't know what is. That's all I got to say, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm done.
Oh, that's hilarious. Tua is Alan's little bro. Like TD is my little bro.
Jesus.
TD Bills talk. Look at that picture of you. They coming out with the crazy profile pics, bro. The winner celebrates and the loser explains.
What's the spicy wing bet? Didn't you guys agree on this bet?
Yeah.
Last
Where's Dan at? We got to get it ready for Wednesday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
We said we were gonna say that for the division winner.
Dan, did you guys not make a bet about the
wasn't
wings?
there a spicy wing bet? Was it the game or what was the specifications of that bet?
It was division winner.
It was definitely not the case. I'm pretty sure it was the next stream.
It was division winner.
But
yeah,
but it was based off that game though.
TD,
that's what we're saying.
TD.
Wait, Dan.
I will allow it for the division winner because I know you don't.
Because it's already over.
What does that mean, the division winner?
Thank you, Dan. We're gonna win the division.
So what happens when the Jets win the division? Who eats the wing?
Yeah, we all eat it. We all eat it.
Then, well, I'm not eating it. I never bet on that. I'm not eating that, bro.
That was just between TD and I.
That was just
so when the Jets win the division, you both got to eat the wings.
Man, okay. Richie, y'all ain't.
If somebody outside of the Jets and Bills win the division, even though that's not going to mathematically not on possibility, then yes, then you both have to eat it.
Only
but
2 games out, baby.
Mac Jones, he could do it. He's a good quarterback. Just put some structure.
We're only 2 games out, baby. Come on now. Let the delusion seep back into my brain, and that's all I need. M. Jaludi. Patriots are trash, and Miami sucks, and we beat Buffalo. Go Jets. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, we're back, baby. All we need is a moral victory.
Hey, listen. Sometimes, and so you need to be able to hold on to something. Right?
Hey, I'm sorry. I played TD's favorite chant too. Got game, TD.
Josh Allen a fraud and a bum, and then he had a shirt on during the game with Josh's name that he is trash. What do you think now? Oh.
A broke clock right twice a day.
Hey, so with TD, I did hear that you took the shirt off during the stream. The Josh Allen's trash. Is that true?
Yeah, at the end.
That bum is a bum.
That bum is a bum. I love it.
We dropped 2 interceptions and missed a fumble recovery. Shave my head, says Tony.
I love it, Tony.
I have to admit, I was watching both of your shows, and it was pretty fun to go back and forth to Dan Mitchell's and TD's show.
Guys, unfortunately I gotta run, but listen, because there are people keep hitting me up about this video about the Bills and Dolphins. I'm gonna try to get it done late tonight. If it's not gonna be done tonight, then I'm definitely going to try to get it done by tomorrow night. But just be patient, bro. This is, it's very busy, man. I'm just a very busy person. So, and honestly, bro, I'm not even in the mood to make it, but I'm gonna do it for the channel. So just stay tuned, bro.
So we appreciate everything you do, bro.
Peace
out, bro. Have a good night. My brother TD looks like he's on an episode of Maureen Found on that Tua is trash and Allen is the daddy.
Have your time now. You better catch me now.
Mac Jones is benched. I'm a Jets fan. Screw Mac Jones. I cannot believe we lost to that trash team, bro. While I was watching the Patriots get stampeded by the Cowboys, is the only thing going through my mind. How do we let ourselves lose? Belichick about to get fired. I hope. I would love that. Cove Andrew, Masterwork knows damn well he'd take Tua over Mac. Pat's trash. He would. Tua is still top 2 in every quarterback stats.
Who's number 1 now, though?
Not until he plays the Jets. Dan hit the smirk. Go Bills. Uh-oh. Jeff King, we already gave you the love, Jeff King, but you deserve another.
Yeah, seriously, man. Dude, that was wild. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. TD Bills talk. TD wrong as usual. Allen is a system quarterback. He can RPO, throw the deep ball, short passes, run you over, improvise, and great at play action. Hashtag MVP. Hashtag Tua trash.
And so I love like how he included run you over. I like that.
Well, Zach jukes you out. Refs suck. Mahomes is a bum. Jets got robbed. NFL is either scripted or fixed. I feel you, Sean. I'm still pissed off about it, man. But it's all good. Zack Wilson has risen. Let's go. You're scared. He's about to light up the league, baby. The whole world is rooting for Zach. That's all he needed now. Tua is our mom's medicine. Cabinet again. Sorry, TD. That bum Josh Allen is not a bum. Thank you guys for the fun content. Fins up.
That bump Josh out is not a bump. Oh,
This is
my
from
God,
a
I love
Dolphins
that
fan,
frame
too.
back.
Angry Ginger Jets fan. I think what TD is saying is that on a bad team, Josh Allen is better. On a good team, Tua is better, which I kind of agree with.
You get it.
Not a lot of positives from yesterday, but A-Chain is definitely running back one. That speed is crazy. Fins up always. He is a beast, man.
Hey, you know, Roberto, I definitely appreciate you sticking with your team, man. Not being fair weather. I appreciate that.
Here for the memes. Jets need Ice Spice to date a Jets player so we can get some free penalties that help us win games. That's true, man. Sauce, slide in the DMs. Come on now. That's all we need. We need some type of rigging going our ways. M. Gelotti. Mac Jones got benched, and then I saw 3 points on the board followed by a Tom Brady commercial. Ha ha ha. Die now. Thanks for the $10 or $20 actually.
Oh my God.
Another one. They're trolling the Dolphins. I really wonder what that was all about. Do you have any idea what it was about, TD? I don't even know what we're talking about.
This picture, it was something that bad happened in the game.
No, not the
So
emoji.
some Dolphins player was wearing that shirt on the way.
Many
into the
Dolphins
stadium.
players. All the
Yes,
Dolphins
Josh
players is
Allen's
wearing a
good at
T-shirt with this emoji on their T-shirt heading into the airplane going to Buffalo. That's what that means.
I honestly have no idea. I know they need to take them off. The statement didn't hit.
Will says, as Sergeant Barnes said in Platoon, when the machine breaks down, we break down. Take away the system. Bills Mafia.
It was Mafia. I love it, Will.
It's true. Austin with the $20. I like the chat, TD, with stats and real takes. About time you come with them and not just trash talk. I'm making some emails at work at IRS on you, Dan. JK.
My buddy works in the
Keep up the good work, guys. Dan, you got to be careful. Austin, appreciate the $20, bro.
Hey, listen, I've told you guys a million times. I'm a grown man. I pay my taxes.
We know you do, Dan. We've learned. And you vape. Paul Campbell became a member. Thank you, Paul. Only difference between Kansas City and the Bills versus Jets was the penalty to negate a third Mahomes interception. Mosley dropped another one, too. Go Bills. Isn't that true, bro? It took a penalty to take away Mahomes' third pick, and CJ Mosley dropped one. Mahomes should have had 4 damn interceptions on this defense. Damn it. Can't believe we lost, bro.
Be right back.
Zack Wilson has more talent than Tua. I don't see no lies. Tua is smarter and more intelligent and has better timing and anticipation, but Zack Wilson has better talent. And I'll actually stand on that. I will. Talking pure arm talent. Now, again, Tua figured it out mentally. Tua has anticipation. Tua has timing. Tua has good rhythm. It's those things Zach doesn't have. But Zach has the better arm talent. But it doesn't matter unless you can figure it out mentally. The Dan Mitchell grin is back. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's back, baby.
After seeing the Chiefs' offensive line false start the whole game a few weeks ago and no call, clearly shows me the NFL has chosen. Facts, jet it out. It's frustrating me. M. Gelotti again with the $20. OMG, Mac Jones got benched and his coach about to get fired. At the end of the day, Zach playing and Mac Jones sucks. It's true, man. Mac Jones stinks, and I can't believe we let this team lose. The Jets should be 2-2 at least after. Dan, it's not suiting me, but I think I'm more pissed about losing to the Patriots 2 weeks ago than I'm mad about that L last night.
Is that right?
Yeah, bro. How the hell did we lose to that trash team? You heard me just speak all week of how bad the Patriots are after they beat us and how I knew the Cowboys better wash their asses. You heard that,
It's
right?
those divisional matchups, man. It's those divisional matchups. They go either way.
We
you
just
know?
can't beat that team until week 18. Haha. No way I'm seeing a Pats fan complain about refs. Yeah, definitely. Great quarterbacks are not a 1 or 2 system player. Tua a 1 system quarterback. Josh Allen can play many systems. Tua only a couple. Stop fooling yourself, my friend. Sips my wine. Toast to our hosts. DF forever. What a super chat.
Oh, hey, you're the man, bro.
That was great. Miami has all gas, no brakes. Go Jets. I love it. Glenn, I am not hiding. Sorry I missed your stream today, but I got busy at work. Master work, I got to see my team win Super Bowl. Yes, you did, Glenn. Zach is going to be a great quarterback from now on. I have all my ways believed in him. Let's go, baby. I'm wearing my Zack Wilson t-shirt. Probably the first time I broke this out all season long. We're back on the Zach train until proven otherwise. Lino TV, $10. Hey, Bart Simpson and Uncle Luke. LOL, my bad, Richie and TD. Y'all thought the Bills wouldn't win. In my Rick Ross voice. God did. Oh, and my dog, Master Word, be speaking the truth on them bum Jets and Fins fans. Lino TV.
Hell yeah, bro.
Spitting the bars in honor of, you met Rick Ross, right? I think so.
Of course.
Lino TV, appreciate you, bro. Fins up, boy, with the $5. Great game for us. The Bills, Miami still wins week 18 and still wins the East. Hashtag Fins up.
And so our backups will be in. So, yeah, I probably agree with you.
Pats and Rats, they lost draft picks. Facts count that. M. Gelodi, man, we cannot thank you enough for these super chats. And that's true again. Rob, I don't make any excuses for my team. I'm still here. We needed to be humbled. Congrats to the Bills. Still plenty of football left. Fins will bounce back.
Yeah. Exactly.
King Cat, we just got through yours. Thank you, bro. We appreciate that $100 as always. TD, take this money and buy some Tums and milk. Those wings gonna hurt. Shave my head. Let's go, Fins. That bum.
That bum insert current trash AFC's QB.
Not Zack Wilson.
It's probably Mac Jones I give it to.
Oh, we lost to that
That bum
freaking
Mac
fraud.
Jones.
I generally feel bad for Pats fans and with King Cat. Yeah, I agree, man.
King Cat. Like W, dude.
Appreciate you, Sean. Masterwork sounds like you and grandkids ain't never going to see a Super Bowl ever again. TD, don't worry. Tua will take Dolphins to the Super Bowl.
I hope so, man.
Super Bowl.
Really
I'm back. AFC Roundtable. I am here to take the heat and lumps as a man with TD. Remember this, Dan, after week 18.
Thank you, Clyde. Thank you, all Dolphin fans who still here representing regardless.
I'll see y'all gentlemen Wednesday. Let's go, King Lowski. What I'm talking about.
Bro. Looking excited.
99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Tryhard. Oh, my God. That's Tua wearing a Bills jersey.
They wish they had Tua.
TD, be a man. Eat the wings.
Explain that profile picture. Wow.
Hey, I wouldn't mind Ice Spice. Hey, let's do it, man. Who says no? Josh Allen is easy quarterback number 2, and Tua not close. Hey, Zack Wilson has something to say about it.
Oh, God.
Let me know which one of your quarterbacks in the division's about to outplay Patrick Mahomes.
Tua?
Let me know. Let's see. Let's see if Tua will. AFC East is lit. Appreciate the content. Go Bills. We appreciate you tuning in, MB Mason.
Thank you, MB Mason.
I won $1,300 after the Bills beat the Dolphins by 3 scores. Vic Fangio is a bum, X a bum, but Dolphins fans ain't ready for that conversation. Did Tre'Davious White tear his Achilles? Is that confirmed, Dan?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's out for the season.
Ugh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it sucks.
Edic with the last super chat of the night, unless something comes in last minute. I called it all season. Tua is a first-look quarterback. Interrupt receivers at the line, and Tua will collapse. Dolphins fans did not want to hear it. D has evolved with McDermott in charge. No more soft D.
They still won't hear it. I've been saying the same thing for forever. That's our kryptonite, and they just ignore it and act like it doesn't exist and want to talk about all the other issues. But that's part of the problem.
We got 2 more super chats. Matt got benched when everyone thought Zach would this week. And they're not talking about it enough. And we couldn't even beat Mac Jones ourselves last week. God damn it.
See how the Broncos, man.
Take all your anger on Denver, Zach. TD, I'll eat the wings for you. I'll even eat the wings. I love wings. Give me the suicide wings.
I'm just scared because I don't want them to be so hot that I start vomiting on camera and stuff like that. And then my wife will laugh at me forever.
Oh, that'd be great. Come on, you got to eat the wings.
I mean, it goes super viral.
If we don't win a division, once we know that we can't win it, even though we're gonna win it, I will get whatever wings y'all order, and I will eat one live because I already know all it takes is one. I actually watched some videos of people doing it, and I'm actually.
You don't like spicy food, bro?
It's not that. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna react to it.
Poor guy.
Well, that's going to wrap up this show, guys. We appreciate all the super chats. This was the recap show. Wednesday night will be the preview show of week 5. So we're going to wrap up. Monday Night Football just kicked off. So enjoy Seattle versus the Giants. Let's go Seattle. Screw the Giants. Anything, guys, you want to say?
No, not at all. We always appreciate the continued support, guys. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers, and we're planning on doing a special episode for you guys during that week. So thank you again for that continued support. I'm gonna go watch some Monday Night Football myself, and go show my lovely girlfriend some attention as well, and go from there.
Yeah, and Dolphin fans, just FYI, I'll be streaming this game in the second half. Hopefully it's close. I'll turn the stream on in the second half because this is our competition. I'm going to hang out with the wife for a little and watch the first half, but the second half I'll be live on my channel streaming, looking at the competition because we got the Giants next Sunday at 1. I want to see what they do. And right now on their first possession, they're moving up the field, and Daniel Jones is a mobile quarterback. And as you can see, he's out here running for his life, but making plays. So we'll see.
We'll see indeed. Well, guys, we appreciate all the love. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not already. And we'll see you guys Wednesday night. Peace.
Peace. We are out. Josh Allen still.